Geopolitical.com and use the promo code Kane at checkout, K-A-N-E, and have the best night's sleep.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. All right, here we go.
Money Talk Radio Network, WWNN, Pompano Beach.
The Steve Kane Show is brought to you.
I know that clock's a pain. We're resetting all the clocks.
Veterans and spouses of veterans, you may be entitled to
This time change sucks. Sucks. It was bad enough over the weekend yesterday morning, but right now,
available to you with offices in Boca Raton and Fort Lauderdale. Call toll free 1-855-FLA 3782 1-855-FLA 3782.
all righty. It's showtime, people.
You are listening to South Florida's longest running radio show, The Steve Kane Show. To call the show toll free, dial 1-888-COCAINE 1. That's 1-888-COCAINE 1. And now.
Yes. Good morning. Oh, man. Good morning, everyone. It is Monday, March 14th. That's right, 2022, 4 minutes past the hour. My name is Brian Craig. You are listening to Florida's longest-running radio show, The Steve Kane Show. That's right, on the radio since 1977. This year, celebrating 45 years on the radio, The Steve Kane Show. And, man, do we have a lot to talk about today. I must say, this time change on the clock is just awful. I'll get used to it by the time it's about ready to change the clocks again. But not only has it messed me up because my body feels like it's just after 5 o'clock in the morning, not 6 o'clock in the morning, but when I woke up this morning with my alarm, it was like waking up at I don't even want to know what, it was like waking up at like 2:30 in the morning, and I know you guys are having this too, and my dog is just like totally flipped out too on this time change because our activities at home have shifted, and dogs, they're on that routine. It is just awful. And my voice may sound a little tired because my voice isn't used to speaking at this hour of the morning, even though the clock says it's 5 after 6. Roscoe, $20 super chat. Thank you, everyone. Thank Roscoe. Oh my goodness. One of our listeners, Roscoe, says he got on Truth Social this morning. All right. Well, congratulations. I am still on the wait list. All right. Well, listen, we've got a lot to talk about, a lot going on. Fox News is reporting that Ukraine is on the verge of collapse. I'm going to get into that in just a bit. The gas prices are out of control, and I got to say that the tone of Biden and this government towards the American people who are complaining about gas prices is beyond imagination. We're going to talk about that and a whole bunch more. I'm watching the news over the weekend, and obviously Ukraine, and that's going to be that way for a while, so get used to that. But what we're about to see happen looks to me to be a long-term warlike situation between Ukraine and Russia. It's going to be going on for years. Even if the government of Ukraine collapses, it looks like there's going to be a prolonged conflict over there. And who knows how this is going to turn out. It didn't take long. They got their Cold War back. That's right. The military-industrial complex. Now, I want to play a bit of an interview from Fox News Channel yesterday with Maria Bartiromo. And Maria I know a lot she's from Fox Business, but she was on Fox News Channel, connected person on Fox News Channel. Not only is she incredibly well connected, she has top sources that get security briefings on everything that's going on. She's in Trump's inner circle, and she has a lot of other contacts with government insiders that give her information and tips. So when Bartiromo is giving analysis on Fox News about anything, it's not speculation. these are things that she is being told by people who are receiving classified briefings. She has sources all throughout Washington. So when Bartiromo speaks, and don't worry, we'll talk about the Trump rally too. When Bartiromo speaks, this isn't like your typical cable news discussion where it's just people making things up to kill time. She is very informed. She has sources at the top level of everything, from President Trump on down. So when she's talking about Ukraine, this is what our government is being briefed on from security officials and national security experts. That's not being reported to us in the mainstream news. All right, so keep that in mind as you listen to this. And I think both sides, everyone likes Maria Bartiromo. Her voice can get to you sometimes when she's upset. But she's a credible person, and she's not a divisive person like a Hannity or a Tucker or someone. I think people listen to her. So listen to this. This is Maria Bartiromo, Fox News yesterday. She says that Ukraine is on the verge of collapse.
This situation is pretty much pointing to
Let me start that over because I cut off the beginning here because I had it muted. Hold on, here we go.
Many people are expecting that the end of Ukraine is near, that this situation is pretty much pointing to a slow death for Ukraine because of this slow walking of a response. In terms of the MiG jets to Ukraine from Poland, that's one head scratcher for sure. What's the difference between these fighter jets and the Javelins that the U.S. has sent to support Ukraine? People do not have answers for that. It seems that there is a predetermined outcome here in place, and that is a slow death for Ukraine and President Zelensky.
Wow.
As the Russian forces continue to inch closer with all of these other fatalities that we're talking about. And some people have told me over the weekend that they feel that at the end of the day, this administration does not see Putin as the enemy. They see him as a partner on many issues.
Okay, now hold on. We'll get to that in just a second. Let me go back. So she's saying that the collapse of Ukraine is imminent, and it seems as if she's suggesting that the holdup on those MiGs might have something to do with it. Does that mean that Russia is going to take over the entire country? Does it mean that Russia is going to take over a portion of the country and Zelensky will still be operating in Kiev? I can't say Kyiv. I'm sorry. Can't say it. That is unclear. But as I said before I played this, when Bartiromo speaks on something like this is not her opinion or her analysis. This is information she is getting from people that get national security briefings who are telling her that Ukraine is about to fall as we know it. Now, this next part is fascinating to me because it's 100% true about the United States and our relationship with Russia.
Partner on the Iran deal. When is this administration going to get serious in telling Vladimir Putin we are done with partnerships? That means no Iran deal, walk away, no more renegotiating on America's behalf, no more products from Russia, truly a pariah for the world. But we're not there yet. And I don't know how many more deaths we are going to be talking about until we get there. But it seems that right now, the outcome is pretty clear, with Russian forces getting closer and closer to the capital and these provocative moves right near the Poland border and near U.S. military installations.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So the second part of that's interesting. So in the beginning, she says Ukraine is on the verge of collapse. But then she goes on to talk about how insiders are telling her, these are people inside the government who are telling her, that the Biden administration views Russia as a partner. And she went through a bunch of things, but the two in particular on their green stuff and on my attention. Listen to this. And I think this will be a shock to most people out there. Some of you will know. have heard this probably. But a lot of you will be shocked to learn who is, okay, there's a, but this isn't a discussion just between the United States and Iran. There is a mediator. There is a nation who is a mediator who is mediating the talks, as almost like what a mediator does in a legal proceeding. There is a mediator in the talks between the United States and Iran during the Iran deal negotiations. Do you know who the mediator is? Russia. I'm not kidding. Russia is the mediator between the United States and Iran in the Iran deal talks. That should be suspended immediately, on top of the fact that this attack on the U.S. Embassy over the weekend in Iraq, that was Iran. So Iran has attacked us. We're in a very threatening situation with Russia, and Biden is involved in a nuclear war. What is going on here, people? What is going on here? What is the big play here? And where is the media? And we need more than a cutesy. I like Peter Doocy, but some cutesy back and forth between him and Raggedy Ann here in the press briefing ain't going to cut it. Where is the mainstream media and their discussions on the fact that we were attacked by Iran over the weekend in Iraq, right? But we're involved in negotiations. Our negotiators, they shouldn't be there anyway, but they should have walked away from the table immediately when that attack happened over the weekend. There should be no negotiations after that rocket attack. I know they're saying it wasn't directed, but BS. Furthermore, the talk should have ended if they're being mediated by Russia, who is involved in war crimes, we're told by the Biden regime. There are so many conflicts and scandals going on involving Ukraine and Russia and Iran right now that we cannot even wrap our mind around what the big picture is with the Biden regime and the things leak out here, things leak out there. But for the most part, they're a party to covering all this up. If you're on hold, stand by. I'm going to take our first break of the week. When we get back, there's more to share just on this. We got a lot to talk about on the program today. Our number is toll-free from anywhere, 1-888-GO-CANE 1-888-465-2631. Back after this.
Dr. Matez here from the Biostation West Delray.
Steve Kane Show.
You are familiar with the famous erection
Hold on.
injection, an extremely effective treatment for erectile dysfunction made popular right here on the Steve Kane Show. I'm here to tell you that
Roscoe, another $20 super chat. Thank you, thank you. He says, Brian, I'm a lucky one. I got on True Social this morning, and we can look him up there. So everyone thank Roscoe for those 2 super chats. Thank you so much, Roscoe. I will definitely, whenever I get on True Social, look you up. Some people have already found me. I get notifications of people when they follow me, even though I can't access it.
Testing and the most current treatment options all available in one place, the Biostation West Delray. If you want to correct your erectile problems once and for all, call us at 561-320-8893. That's 561-320-8893.
Hi, Tom Laporta here from Laporta Contracting, Roofing, and Building Restoration. We survived the 2021 hurricane season. Now it's time to get...
I know, it's pretty bad what's going on here. I mean, this is just beyond... If you're new here, make sure you subscribe. And everyone else, please like the video. Liking the video helps me out a lot. Did you guys catch my MAGA scooter gas prices video I uploaded yesterday? If you haven't, check that out when you get a chance.
Weatherproofing and painting. Laporta Contracting serves single-family, multifamily, HOAs, and commercial properties. Call Laporta Contracting today for a free evaluation and estimate, and go to our website to see our team and past customer videos at laportacontracting.com. Our number is 954-604-4602. That number again is 954-604-4602. And thanks for listening to the Steve Kane Show.
Traveling, you need a COVID test? Maybe you need a COVID test for work or school. Stop by Any Lab Test Now of Boca or Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs. They offer all the COVID testing panels you need at the lowest prices, including the antibody test. Results in
The first one, what?
Any Lab Test Now of Boca is located in the Sandalfoot Plaza, where Western Beef is, south of Palmetto Park Road and north of Hillsboro on the east side of 441 State Road 7. Call 561-237-5009. Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs is located on the southeast corner of University Drive in Ramblewood, near the Coral Square Mall in Coral Springs. Call 954-906-5983. Make sure to tell them you heard about them on The Steve Kane Show.
Listen to The Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for WW.
Alrighty, welcome back. 19 minutes after the hour, I'm Brian Craig. It's The Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. That's right, on the radio since 1977. Welcome back, one and all. 19 minutes after the hour. Oh, man, if you're on hold, stand by. Maria Bartiromo, just an amazing report on Fox News over the weekend, reporting that Ukraine is on the verge of collapse. But what she also brings up is that her sources, which, remember, her sources are United States senators, former presidents, former members of cabinets, and maybe even current people and officials in the different government agencies who have top secret security clearance that are getting national briefings and feel the pulse of what's going on in D.C. Maria Bartiromo says her sources are telling her that Biden views Russia as a partner. And I know of three things, and maybe you can add another, I know of three things that the Biden regime is partnered with Russia on. Now, if you can think of any others, please feel free to let me know. By the way, if you're on hold, do stand by, but you are all welcome to call in today on any of the topics we are discussing, and any thoughts on the Trump rally, too, which was spectacular in South Carolina. Our number, 888-GO-CANE-1. That's 888-465-2631. 888-465-2631. So I know of three things off the top of my head where the Biden regime is partnered with Russia. Number one, I mentioned, number one is the Iran deal. Right? Russia is the mediator between the United States and Iran during the Iran deal negotiations. That's one. Number two, they are partnered with Russia on their green agenda. And that's very obvious in this pain at the pump thing. You know, the Putin price hike, as the Biden regime would call it. So they have driven up gas prices to the point where they truly are unaffordable to fill up your tank for millions of Americans throughout this country. That's a fact. They did that, and they're happy about this. Mayor Pete and Kamala all but high-fived each other when this first started happening. And this is when the Biden administration started talking about, and you hear this with Psaki, people buying electric vehicles, which they cannot afford. Now, Elon Musk, the maker of the major electric car, Tesla, says, no, we need to drill more. But no, not the Biden regime. They have put an oil embargo on Russia, driving prices up through the roof. And they're using this to push alternative green energy and to push people out of the cars. In fact, Mayor Pete has said repeatedly that we need to move beyond fossil fuel-powered vehicles into electric vehicles, which are also powered by fossil fuel, just a little more indirectly. So that's the second thing they're partnered on. Right. And the third thing that the Biden administration is partnered with Russia on is something I talked about on Friday. I talked about this on the weekend on my weekend YouTube live streams. This Ukraine, we talked about this on Friday's show. The Ukraine relief package is filled with a whole bunch of the things that Senators Sinema and Manchin stopped Pelosi, Mitch McConnell, and Biden from passing, right, in their big funding bill. And there's going to be a series, even if Ukraine falls currently, and there's still some puppets or small Ukraine left under Zelensky rule, there are going to be a series of relief packages for Ukraine where the Democrats have all the things that Sinema and Manchin stopped them from passing buried into it in the form of earmarks, including their Green New Deal. Now, those are just 3 examples off the top of my head where the Biden administration is partnered with Russia on. Some are more open than others, but they're partnered with Russia. Pretty frightening. And Bartiromo is spot on as usual, and I'm curious to see how the rest of the Fox News channel and the mainstream corporate media move on this. Oh man, our number is toll-free 1-888-GO-CANE 1-888-465-2631. It's a toll-free call. We're back here live on this Monday morning, March 14th, and let's go to the phones. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Mike from Louisiana.
Oh, hey, Mike. How you doing?
You know, about Maria Bartiromo, I'd like to see her take that spot away from Cavuto.
Oh, man. Yeah, that'd be... I'd watch that if she was on there instead of Cavuto. I hate Cavuto. I can't stand him.
Yeah. I mean, she's got... And look, here's something else you didn't know. Well, probably you did because you probably used to listen to Rush, but Rush used to call her the street sweetie because she's such a... She does the Wall Street stuff, but she's such a sweetheart in doing it.
No, I never heard him. The street sweetie? Oh, boy. Was that before or after the Harvey Weinstein Me Too stuff? That's, I'm shocked. Yeah.
Going through that.
Really? Wow.
But yeah, and look, you know, I guarantee you if our great President Trump was still in office, we wouldn't be talking about the Iran deal.
No.
That was an Obama deal. Remember? Obama got that thing started, and then of course Trump got out of it, and then here comes Obama-Biden 3, or Biden-Obama.
Yeah, and I'm sure the Iran deal is a lot like the Ukraine relief with the earmarks. Believe me, there are lots of Democrats and their supporters who somehow find a way to get paid through the Iran deal. The Democrats, Obama and the Biden administration, aren't in the charity business. They're not. The Iran deal is not just to give plane loads of cash money to Iran. Believe me, either they themselves or their supporters and family are getting paid.
Yeah, I know. I've always said this: while we are involved in the whole thing with Zelensky and those guys in Ukraine, and one of the main reasons is because that's where a lot of Biden's corruption has come from.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
And that's the thing. Now, as far as the great, I saw his speech. I saw Trump's speech at his
in South Carolina. Yeah, that was that may have been the shortest Trump rally in history. It was very, very cold. The weather was very, very poor. And he talked about an hour, maybe an hour and 5 or 10 minutes, but it was, I heard him doing the build-up to the end, and I'm like, it can't be over yet.
No, and that's the thing. And one of the fun things that he said is he pointed to the people in the back of him, and he said, these people on these risers back behind me, they look very good, and some of these people are going to end up, you know, being in Hollywood because they look so good, you know. They look and they handsome and all that stuff, and that was a very nice compliment to give the people on those risers behind him.
Oh yeah, you know, when you go to the it doesn't look this way on TV. When you're in person, you get to see it. I don't know how this works with the camera, but the people that you see behind President Trump look like they're right behind him. They're not. They're pretty far away, 20, 30, 40 feet away from him, behind him. On camera, they look like they're right there, but they're usually they're very far away from him, 20 to 40 feet. It's very strange that on TV it doesn't look that. I'm going to see President Trump on Saturday, by the way, in person.
About that rally, when he brought those 2 politicians up that were running for the senators or whatever, that lady was a little short little thing, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was a little strange, but she was itching, like pushing. She's very pushy to get the microphone, and then President Trump told her she had like 30 seconds. And then she said all the right things. You're the greatest president ever, and that's all we needed to hear.
Yeah, that's it. All right,
take care. Yeah, I'm going to see President Trump at the American Freedom Rally on Saturday here in Fort Lauderdale. It's actually in the city of Sunrise, but all the promotion, everything's Fort Lauderdale, am able to show you because it's a private event. But I will be showing you as much of that as I can on YouTube. Not live. I cannot live stream it, but and there are some restrictions on what I'm allowed to actually record. But I'll be seeing President Trump on Saturday. I'm looking forward to it. It's my daughter's birthday, and she's doing some birthday stuff while I'm at the Trump event, and then afterwards I'm taking her out to dinner. All right, let's go back to the phones. 1-888-GO-CANE-1. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Brian. Good morning. This is Will from Illinois.
Hey, Will.
How are you doing?
All right.
I'll tell you, I was watching the Jen Psaki press conference, and I was just appalled. How can you put a positive spin on what's going on right now? There is no positivity whatsoever with this situation. I mean, why hasn't Joe Biden been to Ukraine? Why?
Well, it's a war zone. You can't send. Well, I hate to say it. I'll defend Biden on that one. You cannot send any senior American official into Ukraine right now. The entire country is a war zone. It's not safe, you know, and that would not be a good thing.
Joe Biden wants. It feels like to me that he wants Ukraine to lose, like he wants Putin to win, and that Putin's not going to stop once he gets Ukraine. He's not going to stop. He's going to continue.
Oh, really? Where's he going to continue? Where's he going to go next?
Poland.
No, that's crazy. Why would? Okay, why? No, I can tell you watch Fox News, right?
I do.
Yeah, because that's their whole thing. No, Poland is part.
Lindsey Graham was saying that if Putin does a nuclear.
Oh, if he does a nuclear attack, yes, exactly. I know if he does. If you attack one, if you attack one member of the NATO alliance, it's the same as attacking all of the NATO alliance, which includes the United States, most of Europe, Canada.
Away from the border.
Yeah, I know. I know where it is. I took geography. I know.
It's insane. And then they could do an armada.
When he takes, if he does attack Poland, then we'll talk. But no, he's not going to. Why would Putin start a war with the entire rest of the European continent and America and Canada?
Right. This man is bombing hospitals. This man is bombing.
Why would he?
Same.
Oh, really? Oh, that's interesting. Are you a psychiatrist? Or are you a psychologist? Are you a psychologist? Oh, okay, you have an expertise. Okay, define to me what is the medical definition of insane.
That Putin is.
No. Slow down. You said Putin's insane. Can you give me what the clinical definition of insanity is, and how it applies to Putin?
Not in their right mind. Not making a rational decision.
Well, what has he done that makes you? What specifically has he done that makes you say he's insane?
He's taking on the West.
No. He's not taking on the West. No. He's not taking on the West. He attacked Ukraine, which I'm opposed. I am opposed. Slow down, Will. Slow down. I am opposed. I got to do the disclaimer. I am opposed to Putin's unprovoked attack on Ukraine. I believe he should immediately withdraw and pay for the entire rebuilding of Ukraine. So I'm opposed to the invasion of Ukraine by Russia. But you say he's attacked the West. Ukraine is not part of the NATO alliance.
So America can't help out Ukraine?
We can. The question is, should we? And we are helping them out, by the way. We're just giving them billions of dollars and weapons and everything else.
And children are dying. They denied us. They told us, Russia told America 29 million. They wouldn't even send them.
Yeah, I know. The United States wouldn't send them. Yeah, I know. Give them they can give them the MiGs.
4-3.
Well, would you like to call? Do you think we should start World War III over Ukraine?
I think that how many times has Putin said...
Okay, so let me ask you this. You say, that this is an interesting thing, Will from Illinois. You believe that Ukraine is important enough to start the Third World War with Russia. Let's see how important Ukraine is. Spell Zelensky's name.
Okay, D-E-L-E-S-K-Y.
No, Zelensky. No, you spelled his name wrong. You spelled his name wrong. What is Zelensky's first name? What's his first name? Yeah, exactly. If Ukraine is so important, why is it you don't even know their president's name?
I mean, look, the images are disturbing. These images, it's war.
No, I know what it is, but it's not our war. If Ukraine, okay, so I'm asking you, if Ukraine is so important, that we should go to the Third World War, which could result in millions of deaths of not just Americans, but of around the world. Well, it's Russia. It's Russia.
I'm saying, well, I don't think that Putin has the balls. I don't think he has the balls to press.
Well, okay, all right. Well, I hope you're right. Hey, Will, I got to run for a break. Will in Illinois, Ukraine is so important that World War III should begin to save it, but he doesn't know Zelensky's first name. He doesn't know how to spell Zelensky. But it's the most important country in the world, and millions of people around the world should put their lives on the line for a country that he cannot even spell the leader's name of and doesn't even know his name, actually. Wow. Scary. We'll be back. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Show. If you're on hold, stand by.
Attention seniors and those who care about them. How would you like to have instant access to a Medicare app?
Yeah, well, I wasn't asking you, Rome. I was asking the caller who wants to go to work.
I Will Advocates will assist you with doctor appointment scheduling, pharmacy issues, billing problems, plan benefits, Medicare applications. They'll even help when you're in the hospital. I Will Advocate clients are family, and they go to bat for their family. Advocates right now online at iwilladvocates.com or call them directly 954-345-1214. No matter where you're located throughout the state of Florida or nationwide, 954-345-1214. 954-345-1214. Do you suffer from neuropathy? Maybe you do and you don't even know it. Do you have numbness, pain, burning?
No, I don't. I don't mind people that disagree. People disagree, and I don't mind.
Are you not sleeping? Does it feel like pins and needles in your hands?
Fine with me.
Maybe you have no feeling at all. The symptoms can make life unbearable, but there is help at the Lighthouse Medical Center.
Steve Kane Show.
754-222-6642.
Hold on. Steve Kane Show.
For a no-charge consultation and say goodbye
Hold on.
to your neuropathy symptoms. 754-222-6642.
Hello, this is Mike at Friendly Tire. I've been in business 30 years at the same location and offering great deals on new and used tires. I have many suppliers. Whatever car or truck you have, I can get you incredible deals on any tire. I also do tire repairs at very low prices. Give me a call. My number is
Wookiees. $5 super chat. Thank you. I want to thank Wookiees. I watched your scooter video 1 minute after you posted it. Now I want one. Yeah, that was a good video. Steve Kane Show. Hold on. Alrighty, welcome back, everyone. 38 minutes after the hour, it's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. Indeed it is, on the radio since 1977, celebrating 45 years on the radio. The Steve Kane Show. My name is Brian Craig. We have one opening on our board at 1-888-GO-KANE-1. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Thomas from Boca.
Hey, Thomas in Boca. What's up?
Yeah, I mean, what the media really is pushing on right now is there's something going on with Iran and foreign missiles.
Well, Iran attacked America over the weekend in Iraq. They launched those rockets at our embassy.
But I don't think that would have happened if we showed a strong position in the world. I don't know what strong is, not going to another country, but with this do nothing.
I mean, mean, think about how stupid that is for Iran. Here that we're involved in this negotiation with them, the Russian deal mediated by Russia, where we're potentially gonna send them cargo jets filled with unmarked bills, and they attacked us during the attack, and the negotiations not only are ongoing. The United States defended Iran's attack on the United States Embassy by saying it was an accident.
Yeah, but that's where the media just like they downplay it. That's a serious thing. I mean, Americans could have been killed. You know, it's provoking us, or I don't know what they're up to. I mean, it's just that we have to wake up someday and realize that
well, we are woke. The real woke people are MAGA. We're the ones that are really woke. The Trump supporters.
So, and by the way, Trump is such a perfectionist at his rally. They call it the money shot when he has what's in the background to make sure. I mean, he has it choreographed down to to everything from how far the press could be, if the press row in front of him, how many feet, the flags behind him, the crane. I mean, he's known for being perfection. He wants it. He has to show what he wants to do, what should be seen, and he's a perfectionist when it comes to that.
Oh yeah, he's very good. He's very good.
Like his social media, he wants everything to he won't tolerate second rate. He wants first rate and everything, just like the way he ran the country to be first in the world.
That's right, and that's why the liberals hate him, because they want us to be last in the world.
Exactly. I mean, that's.
What do you think about the last caller who says that World War III should begin if necessary to save Ukraine, and he doesn't even know how to spell the name of their leader or even what his first name is, but it's the most important country in the world. Millions must die to preserve it.
Look, no sane person wants to start a war like that. There should have been a way to negotiate this out. I mean, that's where the Biden administration is falling behind. There should have been some kind of. He could have been a hero, but he's not. He has another motive. Come out to have some kind of real peace talk and do the proper sanctions that were needed for pressure on him. But I'm beginning to think that maybe he is partnered with Russia. This is all just a stunt.
That's true. Bartiromo said so. Yeah.
So I mean, with America's, I don't know if they're trying to win the midterms or they have some game plan at wartime. Who knows? But. They'll sacrifice the country to get themselves in.
That's what they're doing. All right, appreciate the call from Boca Raton. Take care. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello, I'm Vicky from Columbus, Ohio.
Vicky from Columbus, Ohio. My hometown, Columbus, Ohio.
Yep. And I'm calling to say that I agree with you 100%. I read somewhere, and I can't remember where, I'm sorry about that, that only 5 nuclear bombs set off would be the end of planet Earth.
Well, one would be enough. I mean, the United States is the only company. Misspoke. It's the time change. The United States is the only country ever to use nuclear weapons in war. We did it twice, and it hasn't happened since. And I don't think it's going to happen in this instance. I'm not, and I was talking last week. As poor of a condition that the Russian military is in, I wouldn't be so confident that their nuclear weapons even work. Russia. The Russian space agency said over the weekend that they may leave the International Space Station, stranding the Americans on this space station up there. There's a Russian Soyuz space capsule attached to the International Space Station, and Russia's threatening to leave. Now, I think the wealthiest African-American, Elon Musk, could send SpaceX up there and retrieve them. But where's the American response to this threat? In space, which has always been a neutral place.
Right. I agree.
Pretty scary.
Be having a war like that at all, and I wouldn't trust Russia not to try.
I don't think Putin's insane. I know people say he's insane. I don't support anything that he's done here, but I don't think he's insane. I read a story over the weekend. They think this is roid rage, that he takes steroids, and it's roid rage. I'm hearing more medical diagnosis of Putin than any other person on the planet. Why don't they start talking about what the mental capacity is of our president, not the Russian president? I mean, yeah, right?
Exactly.
All right. Hey, listen, thanks for calling from Columbus, Ohio. All right. All right. Take care. Take care. Good morning. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Jeff from Maine, Brian.
Oh, hey, Jeff from Maine. What's up?
Hey, what do you think about, is Putin going to keep pushing because no one's stopping him? In other words, if he takes over Ukraine, which it looks like he's going to, is he going to keep on going? And at what point?
Going where? Where would he go next? Like the Poland thing again?
I'm not sure if he...
Attacking Poland is the same thing as attacking New York because of the NATO agreement. No, he's not going to attack Poland.
I didn't say Poland.
Okay, who?
What are the two small countries south of Ukraine?
Oh, they're not NATO countries. I don't care if he takes over the non-NATO countries. Those were Russia forever anyway. That's up to them.
But that's my point, Brian. If we have to wait till he attacks a NATO nation and he's taken over a half a dozen other ones, he's just getting more emboldened.
I don't know about that. I would say he would be getting stretched thin. I mean, taking back all the old Russian republics and putting together Russia. Russia was a third world country. And it's a third during the Cold War, and it's still a third world country. Let him take back the Russian republics. I don't care. I mean, you're talking about what if he takes. What are the names of the two countries that you're concerned that he may take over?
I can't remember.
That's that exactly. So what does it matter if we don't even know the name? By the way, just south is the sea and Crimea, which he already has. But I don't understand why we would go to war over countries whose names we don't even know. You understand my point? I'm not giving you a hard time like the other caller. I'm just saying, so what?
I'm not saying go to war now, but he's expanding his area in his military so that he can do it later.
His military sucks. Yeah, and they're filled with cowards. I mean, the Ukrainians, they got these guys in custody for 3 minutes, and I've seen some of the Russian soldiers. They're on the phone crying to their mommies in Russian. You know.
I think you're seeing the worst of the Russian troops. His hardened ones aren't in Ukraine.
Why do you say that? I mean, why do you say that? I mean, if he launches a war and attacks a country, it's been going on for 2 weeks, why would he not be sending in his best troops? How do you know these are not his best troops?
Brian, do you think Russia couldn't have taken Ukraine over and...
Obviously not. Hey, look how long it took us to take Iraq. And our soldiers are much better than his and better equipped with better equipment. So, now, I don't think so. I think he's got it. I think what we're seeing is the best he's got, which is pathetic. Yeah. How many years did we fight in Iraq before things calmed down? And there was still an attack in Iraq over the weekend. What about Afghanistan? How long, we never really fully took Afghanistan.
But you got to remember, Afghan troops and Iraq troops were fanatics, and they would die by the thousands, and they didn't care, and they just keep throwing them at them.
I see civilians in the streets. No, I'm telling you, Putin's army, we're seeing the best of it. Especially here we are a couple weeks in with these humiliating defeats. If he had better troops, they'd be there by now. He's sent in these elite people. He's lost 3 generals have been killed. 3 Russian generals have been killed in Ukraine. Generals never get killed in combat. He's lost 3.
Have we seen the best news coverage of what's going on like we did in Iraq and Afghanistan as far as news coverage?
Yes, because... Well, it depends on what you call news. I'm watching a lot of people, mainly vloggers. I'm watching a lot of vloggers in both Russia and in Ukraine who are just regular people that are making videos on their cell phones and posting them online. And I think we're getting incredible coverage from into power to Europe through the energy that he gives them, to the rest of Europe.
There's 4 nuclear sites in Ukraine.
Yeah.
Control over two of them.
Yeah. And yeah. It's not going to make any difference. It's going to make no difference.
Be able to manipulate Europe through that?
What manipulate them? Oh yeah, sure. If he controls their power, he could. Absolutely.
Trying to be strategic in that.
Like right now, Venezuela can manipulate the U.S. financial market by saying you're not getting any oil, America, and Saudi Arabia, who won't take Biden's call, they're affecting our economy too. Biden tried to call Saudi Arabia and the UAE the other day to have them increase their production, and they wouldn't even take his call. So yeah, anytime you're dependent on another country for your energy, you're beholden to them, and sure. That's why we had the problem when OPEC shut us down in the Carter era. Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
You brought that up because where are the Republicans in our government saying open up the Keystone Pipeline and our drilling and get off foreign oil? Why aren't we hearing that on the floor of the Senate?
Because okay, here's the big secret. Okay, do you know who wants gas prices higher more than any other group of people? What group of individuals want gas prices even higher than they are today?
The oil industry.
Correct. And the oil companies own the Democrats and the Republicans, and they want prices higher. And I would tell you, I suspect that the entire green movement, including the Sierra Club, the oil companies are probably behind that.
And I agree with that.
Yeah. Exactly. Hey, Jeff, I got to take our last break of the hour, but thanks for the call. All right, take care. We'll take our break and be back. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. On the radio since 1977. I know, long time, huh? Back right after this.
Do you think you've come in contact with someone who has coronavirus? Steve Kane's wife Lori did, and she went to any lab test now of Coral Springs to find out if she has coronavirus.
So I came into contact with somebody who tested positive for COVID, and I was scared, and I needed results.
Good morning, everyone. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe. Everyone, please like the video. Liking that video helps me out so much, guys.
It's worth 15 minutes of your time to have peace of mind and know that you and your family are safe. Any lab test now of Coral Springs is located at 955 North University Drive on the southeast corner of University and Ramblewood near the Coral Square Mall. You can call them at 954-906-5983. 954-906-5983. Any lab test now of Boca is in the Sandalfoot Plaza where the Western Beef is, south of Palmetto Park Road and north of Hillsboro. Call them at 561-237-5009. 561-237-5009. Make sure you tell them you heard about them on the radio.
Dr. Matez here from the Biostation West Delray. Many of you are familiar with the famous erection injection, an extremely effective treatment for erectile dysfunction made popular right here on the Steve Kane Show. I'm here to tell you that the erection injection is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the extensive array of treatment options now available at the Biostation West Delray. Our custom compounded products yield combinations and dosages that increase the efficacy of Viagra and Cialis greatly. We also offer treatments that can correct the problem at its source, such as PRP and sound wave pulse therapies that restore natural function. State-of-the-art testing and the most current treatment options all available in one place, the Biostation West Delray. If you want to correct your erectile problems once and for all, call us at 561-320-8893. That's 561-320-8893.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for W.
Oh, man, this clock change just sucks. All right, welcome back. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. On the radio since 1977. And, of course, the countdown to Mother's Day has begun, and there are no greater gifts for Mother's Day than the incredible items at MyPillow.com. And you get incredible discounts and deals with our promo code at checkout, KANE, K-A-N-E, at MyPillow.com. You know, you give your mom, and mom includes your mom, your grandmother, your wife, your daughter if she has children. You give your mother something from MyPillow.com for Mother's Day. It's a gift that she'll remember and cherish for years to come. And everything is in stock right now. As we get closer to Mother's Day, some of these things will start to run out in different sizes and colors. You'd be surprised. Yeah, last year they were completely out when we got close of the bathrobes, but out of other things too, in sizes and colors. Everything is in stock right now, and there's incredible deals. Right now with the promo code Kane, 50% off the MyPillow 2-inch mattress topper. Mom will, the 2-inch MyPillow mattress topper will change your mother's life. She'll sleep well. She'll sleep comfortably. She'll sleep the whole night through. It's 50% off with the promo code Kane at checkout, K-A-N-E. The MyPillow My Slippers, 50% off. The MyPillow My Slippers with the promo code Kane at checkout, K-A-N-E. They come in multiple colors and styles for men and women. The MyPillow bathrobes, these are just spectacular. My wife and I both have MyPillow bathrobes, 30% off with the promo code Kane at checkout, K-A-N-E. They have both a heavy robe, a light robe, all the colors, all the sizes currently in stock. Mom will love all these gifts. The MyPillow towel set, normally $109.99, just $39.99 with the promo code Kane at checkout, K-A-N-E. The MyPillow 100% Giza Cotton Dream Sheets. My wife and I have 4 sets of these. 2 sets of regular, 2 sets of the flannel, 60% off. The MyPillow 100% Giza Cotton Dream Sheets with our promo code Kane at checkout. There's many other specials there too. Mom will love them all. Take advantage. And not only is everything in stock right now, and the inventory you'll hear me say as we get closer, they no longer have this or that. Also, these great specials they're running right now are very good deals, and many of these specials will also disappear prior to Mother's Day too. So you've got everything in stock, all sizes, all colors, and these incredible discounts. You can also order by phone, 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879. Promo code Kane, K-A-N-E. All right, so yesterday I made a YouTube video, which you can check out on my YouTube channel. I got on my scooter, my MAGA scooter, and I drove down to the beach here, actually the beach closest to the radio station, Deerfield Beach, and I drove around on my scooter all day long. All day long. I have a 150cc scooter, and by the way, when I ride the scooter, I wear a helmet. We do not have helmet laws in Florida. You can ride a scooter or a motorcycle without a helmet. I wear a helmet, and you should too. Just a disclaimer out there for safety. I see a lot of guys riding on motorcycles and scooters without helmets. My daughter and I, when we were on our first cruise in Mexico, we rented scooters, and my daughter had a scooter accident. It was pretty bad, and she had a helmet on, thankfully so. So always wear your helmet. But I drove around all day long. It's a very good video. You guys should check it out on my YouTube channel. Drove around all day long, gave a great tour of the area, and went around looking at the gas prices, which were just like, I couldn't believe how high the gas prices are here in Ron DeSantis' free Florida. And then at the end of the day, I filled up my scooter. I filled it up right before, and then I went on my adventures, and then at the end of my travels, I filled up my scooter at Wawa, over on Sample and Federal, at that Wawa over there, and you can see how much, if you watch the video at the end, you'll get to see how much it cost me after an entire day of driving around on my scooter, how much it cost to fill her up. And man, it was a very incredible surprise, because I'm new with this scooter. I only got 300 miles on it. I haven't had it very long. I haven't really driven it too much, just around the neighborhood, and so it was a bit of an experience. So go and check that out. It's on my YouTube channel. Now, as the show moves on into hour number 2, there's a lot of topics we're going to continue to discuss. I'm going to revisit the Bartiromo news breaking information from Fox News over the weekend. I'll recap all of that, but there's a lot of other topics we're going to bring up as well. Your calls are most definitely welcome. Our number is toll-free from anywhere, 1-888-GO-KANE 1-888-465-2631. It's a toll-free call. This time change, though, really has me thrown off. The sun's supposed to be coming out right now, and it's Really dark outside. I can see so far. I'm looking, my window here. I'm at the top floor of the office building here, and my window looks due south. I think I can see Miami almost out the window. It's so dark with all the lights. I can probably see the Hard Rock Casino. That very tacky Biff Tanner guitar building they have down there. I mean, I just cannot believe. Why do we do this to ourselves? I hate it. I hate it. All right, it's 7 o'clock in the morning, although it feels like 6 a.m., but it's 7 o'clock in the morning, Monday morning, March 14th, 2022. This is The Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. On the radio since 1977, celebrating 45 years on the radio this year, The Steve Kane Show. That's right. We'll take our top-of-the-hour break and be right back with hour number 2 after this.
AM 1470, FM 95.3, 96.9. South Florida's FM Money Talk Radio Network. WWNN, Pompano Beach.
Attention seniors and those who care about them. How would you like to have instant access to a Medicare advocate at the touch of a button? You can for less than $1 a day with I Will Advocates. I Will Advocates.
Steve Kane Show.
Doctor appointment scheduling,
Hold on.
pharmacy issues, billing problems, plan benefits, Medicare applications. They'll even help when you're in the hospital. I Will Advocate clients are family, and they go to bat for their family when you need them the most. Let them be your golden guardians. Contact I Will Advocates right now online at iwilladvocates.com or call them directly. 954-345-1214. No matter where you're located throughout the state of Florida or nationwide. 954-345-1214. 954-345-1214. I love my MyPillow towels. Unlike other towels, the MyPillow towel absorbs. They're soft to the touch. They come with a 10-year warranty, a 60-day money-back guarantee. Mike Lindell says towels that actually work. What a concept. But don't just take my word for it. Christine from Pennsylvania called live on the radio and shared her experience with her MyPillow towels.
I was just going to say, I bought the MyPillow, my towels, a couple weeks ago, and they are fabulous. They are the best towels I've ever used. They're just the right amount of thickness. They're not too thin.
My hair looks nice today. Did I get a haircut? Doesn't my hair look nice every day, Jill? No, I got a haircut like a couple weeks ago.
You know, what's amazing to me about the MyPillow towels, Mike Lindell's a genius with his invention. It absorbs the water, and the towel's not soaking wet after.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, other towels, the water just kind of lays on top of them. They don't absorb.
Yeah,
it.
these gas prices are unbelievable.
What color did you get?
I got the sage green.
Yeah, yesterday it was a little cold, and today it's warmer, but it's supposed to get back to we're getting into our summer weather, so I might start riding the scooter when it's been a little cold in the morning to ride the scooter.
Thank you so much. The MyPillow towels are normally $109.
You know, that wind gets cold when you're going down the highway, so I might start riding it this week.
Just $39.99. You can also order by phone 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879. Promo code Kane. Do you suffer from neuropathy? Maybe you do and you don't even know it. Do you have numbness, pain, burning, or tingling in your hands and feet? Muscle weakness, loss of balance, muscle twitching? Are you not sleeping? Does it feel like pins and needles in your hands and feet? Maybe you have no feeling at all. The symptoms can make life unbearable, but there is help at the Lighthouse Medical Center. Call 754-222-6642 for a no-charge consultation and say goodbye to your neuropathy symptoms. 754-222-6642.
The Steve Kane Show is brought to you by attorney Barry Siegel at the Siegel Law Group. Are you concerned with the distribution of your assets at the time of your passing? Avoid probate. Call the Siegel Law Group.
All right, we're coming back. Make sure you guys like the video, and if you're new here, please subscribe and click that notification bell.
855-FLA-3782.
Oh, I know, car insurance. Oh, car insurance is really high in Florida right now. I don't know why. Maybe it's all these New Yorkers that are moving to Florida.
That's 1-888-COCAINE. And now.
Alrighty. 4 minutes after the hour. It's Monday. Hour number 2 has begun. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Show. Good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, how you doing? This is Lenny from Delray.
All right, Lenny and Delray. What's up?
If you you know how the war starts, Russia and Ukraine. You can Google it's a site. It's not a site. That's the explanation. If you Google it, Gorlovskaya Madonna. Gorlovskaya Madonna.
Okay.
And this is the explanation.
If anybody knows how to
very good source
spell
of
Russian.
news. WION is independent. I don't know whether they're India or Pakistan. They do news.
Yeah. Well, do you believe? Let me ask you, Lenny and Del Rey. You're the Russian, right?
Yes.
All right, Comrade Lenny from Del Rey. Do you believe that? Yeah, this is a yes or no question. What was Putin justified in invading Ukraine?
I believe so.
You believe he was? He just said, for people that are listening, Lenny from Del Rey just said, yes, Vladimir Putin was justified in invading Ukraine. Tell us about that. Why? Why was it justifiable?
This is on the side over there. I don't believe he wants to destroy the country.
No, you believe he's saving the country. You believe he's liberating Ukraine, probably, right?
He wants to take the Nazis out of there.
Nazis.
If you Google this, Madonna, Gorlovskaya Madonna, this is what everything was started with. Was 2014. This is what everything started with. This is a great way to start the week. We got some information here. So Lenny and Del Rey, you're saying that Putin is actually saving Ukraine. He's liberating Ukraine from these Nazis. Yes, from the Nazis. No. I'm not talking about the people of Ukraine. The great people. The people, great. People don't need to be in this situation, absolutely. But maybe if they have enough knowledge, not the propaganda, enough knowledge, maybe they will.
Are you telling me? Because I don't know. I'm asking. You've got more expertise. You know more. Is Zelensky in league with the Nazis? Is Zelensky a Nazi? But you've already read. You already know. So I can't Google and just read stuff like that while I'm on the air here. There are tens of thousands of people listening right now, and you know already.
What Nazis did in 2014 over there, and all this, what followed this up, I believe this was supposed to be done. It was need to be.
Do you know what the do you know what the Democrats call Trump supporters? What do the Democrats call Trump supporters?
Yes.
Nazis, white supremacist Nazis. That's what they call us. Does that mean we're Nazis?
I'm not going this far. I'm just telling you, if you can Google it.
No, I know I can Google, but okay. So the Nazis. So is Putin saving the people of Ukraine? Is he saving the Ukrainian people from these Nazis?
Yes. If they clean up the country, they will save the.
Okay, so this is so what you believe Putin is done. By the way, I don't agree with any of this, but what you're telling me is that you told me Putin is saving Ukraine and the Ukrainian people. So that means he's liberating Ukraine. So when the war is over and he brings these Ukrainian Nazis to justice, then what? He's going to leave Ukraine to be free on their own after that and move out?
By the agreement, this is what I see on the internet. By the agreement, this agreement was made. Ukraine would be a neutral country. But this is not about non-neutral country. This is what started. If you look it up, this is what
bombardment of people in 2014. This was started. So, I mean, my opinion, you need to take Nazis out of there. This is everybody's opinion, not only mine.
Well, it's not everyone's opinion. What? Okay, what of the Nazi? The Nazis of the Ukraine. The Nazis of Ukraine. What have they done as a group that makes them worthy of invading an entire country to rid the country of? Have they made moves? What have they done, these Nazis of Ukraine?
I mean, I absolutely for Ukrainian people, because my wife from Kharkov, I got a friend in Kiev. No, it's not the cleaning up, get the Nazis out of there. This is the main problem, main thing why the Putin went there.
Okay.
The only thing I believe he went over there for bombardment of innocent people. Absolutely no. And this is no for anybody. Get the Nazis out of there. This is must be done. It's for everybody's good.
Okay. All right.
We have a Nazis here in the United States. We will be in trouble. My father was on the roof of the buildings in St. Petersburg, in Leningrad, Russia, getting the Nazis firebombs off the roof of the building. He was 12 years old.
Yeah.
My uncle was in charge of ice roads, a lot of the lake, when it was occupation of Nazis. When they circled Leningrad.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what's bad for everybody, but it's not Nazis over there. They got to be clean.
Well, I will say this, okay? I will say this. Odessa is in Ukraine, right? Odessa's in Ukraine, and there was a movie with John Voight in the 70s about how Odessa was a place where all the surviving Nazi leaders were finding refuge. So after the end of the war, you're telling me that the German Nazis, they made their way in Ukraine? Where did these Nazis come from?
Oh, I can't recall. I don't know what.
No, okay. Well, no. Hey, Lenny, I appreciate the call. Thanks so much. Okay, and you do add. You are a good contributor to the program. You feel free to call us anytime. All right, take care. Okay, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Doug.
Yes, Doug. Yes, Doug. Oh, it's going to take me months, and then it'll be time to change the clocks again. We'll be falling back by the time I get used to this.
Yeah, I agree, 100%. I don't know why we had to change it, but whatever.
I like it the other way better because, I'm a morning person, and it gets darker later. I'm a morning person. This is really messing me up.
Yeah, me too. I agree. And if it came to a vote, they got my vote to change.
Yes.
Anyway, the main thing I call for is, it depends on who you listen to. Last night I listened to Mark Levin, who say, they're killing babies, blah, 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 over there. Yeah, but then I heard on One American, Pearson Sharp said that hospital that they supposedly bombed was not a hospital anymore. It was vacated a long time ago, and it was being used as a military.
I've heard that. Listen, a lot of what we're getting at it, there's propaganda on both sides. We really don't know what is true fully and what is not true. We're getting a lot of propaganda, but this idea that Putin is liberating Ukraine from these Nazis, I don't know about that.
First I heard they were liberating against America because of all Joe Biden's corruption, but that might be true. But Putin wants his.
Yeah, he sure does. Yes.
I don't see why they're.
He's doing this for a number of reasons. None of it are Nazis. All right, take care. Thanks for the call. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, it's Joe from Coral Springs.
Joe from Coral Springs. What's up, Joe?
Yeah, I wonder if he's liberating the journalists and the news stations from Russia.
Yeah, I guess so. That's why they're leaving, right?
Right. I wonder on Facebook and Twitter. Maybe they could Google it, honey.
Yeah, I watch a lot of Russians on YouTube, and they're all saying that they're expecting to not be able to have access to YouTube, the Russian YouTubers, because of the government over there. They don't want the word out because people are critical of Putin and the war on YouTube, so they're expecting to be shut down any day.
Since this war started, nobody talks about COVID anymore.
Yeah.
War started, everything is being blamed on Putin. The gas prices, the food prices, inflation.
Yep.
Everything's being blamed on.
I was watching last night. There's this Russian guy that I watch on YouTube. Him and his wife, they're vloggers, and I've watched them for a long time on YouTube, and they've been going around to gas stations and stores showing the price increases because of the sanctions. And they were in this store that's kind of like the Walmart of Russia, and the name of the store is Middle Class People's Store. And when you translate it into English, and they went and they picked up some suitcases, and they said, we're grabbing these suitcases because we're coming to the United States. We're going to visit the United States through your southern border. And then they said, oh, we're just joking. But even there, it's a joke. Biden is a joke in Russia. And the main reason this is happening is because Russia knows that the American response will be zip, and they can do whatever they want right now. That's it.
I just heard about that, the news woman that died in...
It's a guy, man. It was a newsman.
Oh, it was a newsman? What outlet did he work for?
I'm not sure. He might have been kind of independent. I was a little vague on that. Oh, yeah. The loss of anyone's life is a shame. Absolutely. I'm upset. Yeah, by the way, the loss of William Hurt. I'll tell you, I just mentioned, William Hurt, the actor, died over the weekend, prostate cancer, 71. And, William Hurt, broadcast news, Children of a Lesser God. And Marlee Matlin, the deaf actress who was in Children of a Lesser God, she's out there talking about how he physically and sexually abused her during their relationship. He sexually assaulted her and beat her up a lot. She said, in fact, in Children of a Lesser God, there's a sex scene with her and William Hurt, and she says if you watch it, you can see she has bruises on her legs from the beating William Hurt gave her. That's what Marlee Matlin's saying. I just don't know what I think about this, attacking this guy as a sexual predator and a woman beater when he's no longer alive to defend himself.
Plenty of time when he was alive. Now she waits till he passed.
Yeah, and she just happens to have a new show out on Apple TV. I don't know. It's pretty bad. I mean, maybe it's true. I don't know. I don't know. I like Marlee Matlin. She was on The Celebrity Apprentice with Donald Trump. Marlee Matlin. In fact, anyway, hey, listen, I'll give you the final word because I got you off your topic.
Word. Listen, don't forget to vote no.
That's good. That's right. And every time. I just say this last thing. If you're on hold, stand by. We got a break. This last thing about Marlee Matlin. She was on The Celebrity Apprentice with Donald Trump, and one of the funniest moments ever on The Apprentice happened in the boardroom. It was President Trump, Ivanka, and I can't remember if it was Don Jr. or Eric that was at the table. I think it was Eric. And this was the season with Dionne Warwick, okay? And Marlee Matlin, they were on different teams, and they're talking to President Trump. I mean, I'm not saying, but anyway, they're talking to President Trump, making their case for their cause to President Trump. Remember, I miss The Apprentice. I wish they hate Trump so much. This valuable property that could just be so valuable to Netflix or NBC to rerun it. They won't rerun it because they hate Trump. So Marlee Matlin, who's deaf, she says to President Trump that she's not... she doesn't know Dionne Warwick's music. And Dionne Warwick had a fit. This was hilarious. This might be on YouTube. I don't know. And Dionne Warwick says, "What do you mean you don't know my music?" And Marlee Matlin says, She says, I'm deaf. She says, I know who you are, but I'm deaf, and I can't hear your music. I've never heard it because I can't hear anything. I'm deaf. And Dionne Warwick even got more angry at Marlee Matlin because she did not ever listen to the music of Miss Dionne Warwick. It is hilarious. Oh, man. I know, it was hilarious. Very funny. I miss The Celebrity Apprentice and The Regular Apprentice. I watch that show every week. The Regular Apprentice, The Celebrity Apprentice. I loved that show. It was awesome, and I miss it. All right, we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. It's The Steve Kane Show. If you're on hold, stand by.
We've got you covered. AM 1470, FM 95.3, 96.9. South Florida's FM Money Talk Radio Network. WWNN, Pompano Beach.
Steve Kane radio listeners love champagne.
Any of you guys see that episode of The Apprentice? It was hilarious. Steve Kane Show.
And I gotta say that this man is the
Hold on.
most fair
Steve Kane Show.
I've dealt with in my entire
Hold on.
life. We took a car over there that was not being used yet. You know, it belonged to my 90-year-old dad. Everybody had
Yeah, that was hilarious.
before was charging an astronomical amount of money. But when we took it over there, Eddie took a look at it, and I gotta say that this man fixed the car running like a charm.
Oh, man. If they released The Apprentice, like on Netflix or Hulu or something, I would binge watch every episode of every season from the first season.
It's fixed. Bottom line, it's fixed, and the price was right.
Champagne Automotive Repair in Boca will never do a repair on your car that your car doesn't need. And their prices are low. Champagne Automotive Repair in
Make sure you like the video, everyone. Please, that helps me out so much when you like the video.
561-245-8101.
Hi folks, Dr. Matez here, now with the Biostation West Delray. At Biostation
Yeah, deaf is no excuse. What do you mean you don't know the music of Miss Dionne Warwick? I'm deaf. I know who you are, but I've never heard your music because I can't hear anything. Oh my gosh.
including state-of-the-art treatments for erectile
Oh my gosh.
sexual dysfunction in women, physical and sexual rejuvenation, and quite frankly, any sign or symptom of aging that you may have. And don't forget, we offer the complete array of all cosmetic modalities, including Botox, fillers, lasers.
Remember, Dionne Warwick used to host Solid Gold.
Performance and looks to die for. If this all sounds good to you, call us at 561-320-8893. That's 561-320-8893.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for W.
All right, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello?
Yes, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Gary from Deerfield Beach.
Hey, Gary.
Today.
All right.
Yeah, I just have a question. Is who's a bigger liar, Jesse Smollett or Joe Biden?
Oh, Biden. Yeah, I mean, Jesse Smollett. I mean, he. We know of one big lie that he told, right, with the MAGA country. But I'll tell you, I'll say this about Jesse Smollett. Do you know where he's at right now?
He's out of jail.
He's in jail. Well, he's in the mental ward. He's in the mental ward, and everyone's making a big stink about. Oh, he said I'm only here because I'm black and I'm not suicidal. That stunt he pulled at the sentencing was so that he would get put in the mental ward as opposed to the gin pop. He knew exactly what he was doing. They'll protect Jesse Smollett. They'll protect him. He's a celebrity. But he pulled that stunt so he's in the mental ward. Yeah.
So is Joe Biden. The biggest liar. He's causing death and since he's been elected.
Wait, are you telling us that Joe Biden is lying to us when he blames inflation and gas prices being this high on Putin? That's inaccurate. What Biden's doing is not to mess up America. What Biden is doing is to further his agenda. I was talking earlier. They're getting their whole spending package that Sinema and Manchin stopped is buried in the Ukraine relief. They're using the oil embargo on Russia to try to get their green agenda advanced. No. It's not to destroy America. It may have the effect of destroying America as we know it, but the main purpose is to accomplish their agenda and enrich themselves.
You're 100%.
Oh, I like that. All right. Take care, man, from Deerfield. Yeah, yes, take care. Good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, it's Dave from Melbourne, formerly from California.
All right. Dave from Melbourne, formerly of California. What's up?
Anyways, I was wondering, if there are all these Nazis there, why doesn't Zelensky just take care of them? Why would Putin be so altruistic just to help them get rid of the Nazis? It sounds very strange.
Yeah, and why haven't we seen these Nazis?
I know, that's another thing. And the second thing is...
I mean, where are they? Are the Nazis, do these Nazis in Ukraine have units that they're going up against the Ruskies with? I haven't, come on.
That sounds like it's completely absurd. Anyway, second thing is, I believe at one point I heard that you were the original series of Star Trek fan. And it's about time, Gene was trying to show us, like, hello, you don't give weapons to these countries, you let them develop, do their own stuff.
Oh, you're talking about, this is interesting. You're referencing just to show you how much of a fan I am, you're referencing a original series Star Trek episode called A Private Little War, which was a statement on the war in Vietnam.
Yeah.
It's the episode with the Mugatu attacking Kirk.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I know my Star Trek, man. I know.
So, irrelevant to all the problems that we still have, right?
Now, are you a major fan? Are you a major fan of Star Trek?
I watch
the original series. Okay, then you'll get this reference. Let me see if you get this reference. I'm going to test you to find out whether you're a Trekker or not. Joe Biden. Okay, Joe Biden. There was a planet-wide leader in an episode of Star Trek that was, when he was public on television, was just like Joe Biden. His name was John Gill. Do you get that reference?
Right.
See, yeah, you got it. Yes, that was the episode Patterns of Force. And when they went to the planet that was run by Nazis. There you go. All right, you are a Star Trek fan. You got the reference. All right. If I talk about Star Trek anymore, Steve's going to kill me. So I got to move on. No more Star Trek.
Yeah.
All right. Take care. Yes. Oh my goodness. If I start talking about Star Trek, I'll never stop, and Steve will kill me. You think I'm kidding? All right, 1-888-GO-KANE 1-888-465-2631. Beto, he made a critical mistake involving critical race theory over the weekend. Did you see this? Beto's running for governor. Isn't he such a goober-looking guy? He's a strange dude, Beto. And do you know, he's a multi-millionaire, and his father-in-law is a billionaire. Do you know why he runs for office all the time? You know why? Because he's got nothing else to do. I mean, that's basically it. He's already wealthy. His wife's got boatloads of money coming to her, so he doesn't do it for the money. He's just got nothing else to do. And but anyway, he was speaking to a group of Democrats. He's the Democrat nominee. Okay, Beto they had their primary. So Beto is the nominee of the Democrats for governor of Texas, running against the Trump-endorsed candidate, Governor Greg Abbott. And he's speaking to a large room of Democrats and said that he is opposed to teaching critical race theory in the public schools. Listen.
And I think you and I probably are both on the same page as well. We don't see CRT being taught in our schools right now. It's a course that is taught in law school.
Okay, now somebody in the background, some Democrat, but should it be taught?
It's a course that is taught in law school. No, I don't think it should be taught in our schools, yeah.
Oh, boy. Has he walked that back yet? He's going to have to walk that back. He said critical race theory should not be taught in our public schools. I wonder if his kids go to public schools, as rich as they are. I bet they don't. Oh, my goodness. He's in big trouble now, Beto. I will enjoy him having to walk that back, because he's you know, what he's doing, that was not a mistake. What Beto is doing is not going to work, but what he's doing is, a lot of people, that's going to be promoted as a flub today. It was not a flub. He did that on purpose. That doesn't mean he's not going to take it back. What he is doing is using the strategy that brought Bill Clinton's re-election in 94 against Bob Dole. Bill Clinton's campaign manager in his re-election campaign was Dick Morris, and Dick Morris had a strategy that Dick Morris called triangulation. And what that strategy was, because he was a liberal Democrat, not by these radical Looney Tune standards today, but Bill Clinton was a radical liberal Democrat at that time in the early 90s, and that wasn't very popular. Newt Gingrich had the Contract for America, had success with that, et cetera, et cetera. So, I'm sorry, 96 is when he ran for re-election. 94 was the Contract for America. So when Bill Clinton was running in 96 and Dick Morris was his campaign manager, they had this strategy that Dick Morris, I said, called triangulation. And what Dick Morris's strategy was this: take your opponent's positions and make them yours. So Bill Clinton all of a sudden had all these conservative positions. The one in particular I remember, but this has been a long time. I'm surprised I even remember all this stuff, because who cares, right? But all of a sudden, Bill Clinton was talking about welfare reform and welfare to work, for example, okay? And that was a conservative position, and it was very popular. So he took conservative positions on very popular issues, made them his own, so that some people that were on the fence with him would vote for, and it worked. He was reelected. That's what Beto is doing. Beto is doing the same strategy in Texas. In fact, this is the second time since he's been running for governor, before he ran against Ted Cruz for the Senate, but in his governor's run, this is the second time that Beto has taken a conservative position. Over the weekend against critical race theory. A couple weeks ago, Beto came out against gun control. So he's using this Clinton strategy from 1996. Someone is advising him that this is how we're going to turn Texas blue. And Ann Richards, she was governor for it's not going to work, but that's what he's doing. These are not slips. These are not flubs. It's a strategy. All right, we'll take our break for the bottom of the hour. 32 minutes after the hour. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show on the radio since 1977. Our number toll-free from anywhere, 1-888-GO-KANE-1. 888-465-2631. Back right after this break.
Hi, Tom Laporta here from Laporta Contracting, Roofing, and Building Restoration. We survived the 2021 hurricane season. Now it's time to get your building envelope ready for the next season. Laporta Contracting installs all types of roofs, from asphalt, clay, and concrete, standing metal seam, flat roofs, and slate tile systems. Our building restoration offers complete envelope protection to include siding, stucco, concrete restoration, impact windows and doors, weatherproofing, and painting. Laporta Contracting serves single-family, multifamily, HOAs, and commercial properties. Call Laporta Contracting today for a free evaluation and estimate, and go to our website to see our team and past customer videos at laportacontracting.com. Our number is 954-604-4602. That number again is 954-604-4602. And thanks for listening to The Steve Kane Show.
Attention seniors and those who care about them. How would you like to have instant access to a Medicare advocate at the touch of a button? You can for less than $1 a day with I Will Advocates. I Will Advocates will assist you with doctor appointment scheduling, pharmacy issues, billing problems, plan benefits, Medicare applications. They'll even help when you're in the hospital. I Will Advocate clients are family, and they go to bat for their family when you need them the most. Let them be your golden guardians. Contact I Will Advocates right now online at iwilladvocates.com or call them directly, 954-345-1214. No matter where you're located throughout the state of Florida or nationwide, 954-345-1214. 954-345-1214.
The Steve Kane Show is brought to you by attorney Barry Siegel at the Siegel Law Group. Are you concerned with the distribution of your assets at the time of your passing? Avoid probate. Call the Siegel Law Group with 9 offices throughout South Florida, from Palm Beach Gardens to Coral Gables. Call toll-free 1-855-FLA-3782.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for WWNN.
All right, welcome back. 35 minutes after the hour. Oh, finally, the sun is starting to come up, but everyone's headlights are still on the road. I can see with this ridiculous time change. Welcome back, everyone. Again, my name is Brian Craig. This is the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show on the radio since 1977. Our number toll-free, 1-888-GO-KANE-1. Now, I want to recap what I played right at 6 a.m. before I bring up some new stuff, because this one, for people that are just tuning in, this is really was an incredible pickup of mine over the weekend. Maria Bartiromo on Fox News over the weekend. You know, she's always on Fox News on the weekend promoting what she's going to do on Fox Business and stuff over the weekend. And Maria Bartiromo, a lot of people don't realize this. She's one of the most connected people in Washington. And yeah, I know they want to say Harridge or whatever her name is has all the connections, and she does. But Maria Bartiromo is close personal friends with ranking members of the government in all agencies. And that's important for what she says here, because she is the people she is referencing are top people who get national security briefings about the situation in Ukraine. And she dropped 2 bombshells in this little exchange. I'll do one at a time, so here we go. This is Bartiromo yesterday.
People are expecting that the end of Ukraine is near, that this situation is pretty much pointing to a slow death for Ukraine because of this slow walking of a response.
Okay, so that's information she's getting from her sources, her friends. They get national security briefings. The end of Ukraine is near. Now, what that means specifically, we don't know. Does that mean there's going to be an entire collapse and Zelensky is going to be captured or flee and set up a government somewhere else? Or does it mean that a huge area of Ukraine is going to be occupied, and then there's going to be this pocket where Zelensky controls it, and then there's rebels fighting? But she is saying that the collapse of Ukraine is imminent, that there's no hope. And I'll tell you, that very well may be why those MiGs weren't delivered. Remember, it wasn't just a couple planes. Poland was handing over their entire air force to Ukraine. Then they were going to be resupplied by us. They were going to be, so maybe they're not handing over their entire air force to Ukraine because Ukraine is about to fall, if what Bartiromo's saying is true. And I tend to think she's got very, very, very good sourcing on that story. All right, our number 1-888-GO-KANE-1, but she went on. I'll rewind it to start it from the beginning, because that's only the first part of the points that she brought up.
People are expecting that the end of Ukraine is near, that this situation is pretty much pointing to a slow death for Ukraine because of this slow walking of a response. In terms of the MiG jets to Ukraine from Poland, that's one head scratcher for sure. What's the difference between these fighter jets and the Javelins that the U.S. has sent to support Ukraine? People do not have answers for that. It seems that there is a predetermined outcome here in place, and that is a slow death for Ukraine and President Zelensky as the Russian forces continue to inch closer. With all of these other fatalities that we're talking about, and some people have told me over the weekend that they feel that at the end of the day, this administration does not see...
Okay, now here's the second point. Now she's talking about Biden and how the Biden administration view Russia.
That we're talking about, and some people have told me over the weekend that they feel that at the end of the day, this administration does not see Putin as the enemy. They see him as a partner on many issues. They see him as a partner on climate change. They see him as a partner on the Iran deal. When is this administration going to get serious in telling Vladimir Putin, we are done with partnerships. That means no Iran deal, walk away, no more renegotiating on America's behalf, no more products from Russia, truly a pariah for the world. But we're not there yet. And I don't know how many more deaths we are going to be talking about until we get there. But it seems that right now, the outcome is pretty clear, with Russian forces getting closer and closer to the capital and these provocative moves right near the Poland border and near U.S. military installations.
Wow, okay. So Bartiromo, just two major news-breaking moments that are truly worthy of the news sounder breaking news. The first that she broke, and I'm wondering if she spoke out of school here, because, you know, I think she got some information from classified people, or people that are getting classified information with security clearance. She said Ukraine is about to fall. The end is near. That's one. The second one, though, is amazing, and we have confirmation on this, too, with something that's going on, 100% confirmation. She said that her sources are telling her that that Joe Biden and the Biden administration view Russia not as an adversary, but as a partner. And she went on, she said their green crap and the Iran deal. That is a fact. And I'll tell you what I mean. I learned over the weekend that, and I did not know this. Now, you may all have known this. I don't think all of you did. I think a lot of people will claim to have known it that didn't. But in the Iran talks with the United States, which should not even be happening, but in the Iran talks, Russia is acting as a mediator. They are heading up the talks as a mediator between the United States and Iran, which is insane. We're the mediators of ourselves. The United States is the country that should be mediating disputes between countries. You don't bring in Russia, but Russia's mediating the Iran talks with us while this conflict is going on. I mean, and so that this administration wants the Iran deal settled more than anything else. They really do. I know a lot of people say, no, they want this more, they want that more. No. Remember when President Trump ended the Iran deal, John Kerry was flying around the world having a hysterical fit trying to save it, remember? So those people behind the scenes are the ones that want this Iran deal more than anything. And that's why, even though Iran attacked our embassy in Iraq over the weekend in that rocket attack, the Biden administration, it was an accident. They didn't mean to attack. It was an accident. They were aiming for something else, without telling us what else they were aiming for and why were they aiming rockets anyway in Iraq, huh? But we're being attacked by Iran. We're at the negotiation table with them. Those talks should have ended over that alone. And we have an embargo against Russia, but we're allowing them to be the mediator of our talks with Iran. There's no doubt she's right that Biden views Russia as a partner, not an adversary. What you're seeing on TV is just a lie. There's other things, too, I went through in the first hour a bit, but I'll take a call or two and then get into some of that other stuff as we go on. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Brian. It's Andrea.
Hey, Andrea.
So, just a couple of things. So, it's my best guess that Ukraine is going to fall right after they receive those billions and billions and billions of dollars.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And after the transfers to the Cayman and Swiss bank accounts are complete.
Exactly. Right? Because I know, like, Ricky and Steve fanboy on Zelensky, but he was installed by us. He was installed by the United States.
Mm-hmm.
And just like Putin came into power by bombing his own people, you really have to be naive, really naive, not to even speculate that Zelensky wouldn't do the same thing.
Yeah.
Zelensky, Putin, Biden, they're psychopaths. Most of these leaders are. They're psychopaths. They don't care about their people. Do you think Biden really cares that the bottom tier, the middle class, is now falling in below poverty level? No, he doesn't care. And here's the thing about Russia. Putin, much like China, has been buying billions and billions worth of gold. So when it's time for Putin stock exchange, all his currency is going to be backed by gold.
Yeah. As opposed to ours, which is backed by nothing, our currency.
Exactly. So all this big grandiose gesturing and all these people, and I'm not saying what's happening in Ukraine isn't a terrible thing, because it is a terrible thing. But you're watching the systematic destruction of America.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing that really makes me have cause for pause is Biden keeps saying our NATO allies. If you attack a NATO country, all of NATO is going to come. Well, you know what? What if somebody attacks the United States and all Biden's NATO allies say, hey, remember when you flat left us?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, guess what? People have to think beyond what they are seeing, because what you're getting a 30-second glimpse.
So what you're saying, Andrea, is this: Zelensky, who said they're going to fight to the very last man and woman and everything else over the weekend. What Zelensky is waiting for is for the U.S. funding to clear. That's what he's waiting for. And then all of a sudden they're going to start bugging out. They need the big payoff. Yeah.
Sudden, it's going to be too dangerous. It's going to be, we gave it our best shot, guys. So
Yeah.
sorry. And then, he'll slowly disappear.
Well, he'll relocate somewhere, probably here. They say he's got a house in Miami, a mansion. I keep hearing. I don't know. If someone can confirm that, I'll drive to it and make a YouTube video and show everyone Zelensky's mansion in Miami. They tell me it's in Sunny Isles, which is not far from where the building collapse happened on Miami Beach. Yeah, I think you're spot on with that, Andrea. Waiting for the funding to clear. Yeah, and Biden needs to wait till then too for Ukraine to fall, because they got all their spending bill stuff they couldn't get through buried in that bill.
Well, there's two things that super duper concern me right now. Two things. First of all, I don't think Putin, well, I guess once he found out about the biolab, that might have prompted a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Because how would we like it if Mexico was not our ally, and all of a sudden they have a ton of biolabs right on our border?
Exactly.
That's concerning to me. But
exactly.
Freaking me out is the definitive speaking that's coming from the Democratic Party. And what I mean by that is this. When you keep hearing them talk about these very definitive talking points, like this is what we're doing, and we're doing it.
Well, Trump said this at the rally. We only have 7 years left, according to AOC's timeline, of when the Earth will no longer be able to support human life as we know it due to climate change. All right, Andrea, I got to run for the break. Thanks for the call. We'll take our last break of the second hour. Steve Kane will be joining us in the next hour. My name's Brian Craig. This is The Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. Back after this.
Neuropathy? Maybe you do and you don't even know it. Do you have numbness, pain, burning, or tingling in your hands and feet? Muscle weakness, loss of balance, muscle twitching? Are you not sleeping? Does it feel like pins and needles in your hands and feet? Maybe you have no feeling at all. The symptoms can make life unbearable, but there is help at the Lighthouse Medical Center. Call 754-222-6642 for a no-charge consultation and say goodbye to your neuropathy symptoms. 754-222-6642.
We've got you covered. AM 1470, FM 95.3, 96.9. South Florida's FM Money Talk Radio Network. WWNN, Pompano Beach.
Have you checked your cholesterol lately? Knowing your numbers is important, especially when it comes to heart health. Any lab tests now of Coral Springs guarantee the lowest prices on all of their thousands of lab tests. Their total cholesterol panel, which includes LDL, HDL, and triglycerides, is just $49. No appointment needed, no doctor's order or prescription necessary either, and you will be in and out in 15 minutes or less. Any lab test now of Coral Springs is located at 955 North University Drive. It's on the southeast corner of University and Ramblewood, near the Coral Square Mall. If you have any questions, call them at 954-906-5983. 954-906-5983. Make sure you tell them you heard about them on The Steve Kane Show.
Hi, this is Lori Kane, and I want to talk to you about Dr. Gupta at Brighton Dental Care. I just love Dr. Gupta. I've been seeing him for around 3 years. He always has time for me. He never does unnecessary work, and his prices are very affordable. And if you need implants, go see him because he has the best prices around. Let me give you the number. Write it down. It's 954-922-4633. That's 954-922-4633. 4633, BrightonDentalCare.com. He's just the best.
Listen to The Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for WWN.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Oh, man, I got to tell you about Dr. Mitch Matez and hormone replacement pellet therapy over at the BioStation. Now, hormone replacement pellet therapy, this is for both men and women. I'm a patient of Dr. Matez and became a patient of his, almost 6 years ago when I turned 45 years old. Hormone replacement pellet therapy, this is a life-changing thing. Dr. Matez over the BioStation is the originator of hormone replacement therapy in South Florida. He brought it to South Florida before anyone else, and he has had hundreds, thousands of success stories. I've met many listeners, both men and women, before and after hormone replacement pellet therapy. And what it does, it's completely natural. They're tiny little pellets. They're about the size of a grain of rice before you add water to it. They're inserted in your hip. And what it does is it restores your hormones completely naturally to the levels they were when you were in your 20s. You'll get your energy back, your sex drive back. If you're suffering from erectile dysfunction, you will no longer with hormone replacement pellet therapy. You'll feel better, you'll look better, you'll be able to build muscle, you'll have energy, no midday crashing. Women, the signs and symptoms of menopause are not only stopped, but they're 100% reversed with hormone replacement pellet therapy in women. That's right. Mood swings gone, night sweats gone, lack of sex drive, that's gone and reversed. Vaginal dryness stopped and reversed. The list goes on. And the example I use quite often because it's amazing. I have met listeners, both men and women, before they began hormone replacement pellet therapy and after. And you can see it's night and day. The first time I see them, they're like Biden. I've been listening a long time. Good to me. They can hardly talk. They can hardly walk. They're scooting their feet, like George Burns used to, and they're checked out as Biden. I see them another time, and as soon as they walk into the room, I can tell. And I've said to some of them, you are a patient of Dr. Matez. And they'll say, how do you know? And I'll tell them, because when they come in after I've seen them begin hormone replacement pellet therapy, they're about 20, 30 years younger in appearance. And the guy that's like, Brian, been a long time listening. They're like, hey, Brian, proud to meet you. They shake my hand. It hurts my hand. They're standing up taller. They look younger. They've got muscle. They've got energy. It's amazing. Hormone replacement pellet therapy will change your life, both men and women. Give Dr. Matez at the BioStation a call. Now listen, make sure you tell him you heard about him on the Steve Kane Show. It's very important because you get a free consultation with Dr. Matez when you mention you heard him on the Steve Kane Show. Everyone else has to pay for that, but you get it for free. That's right. Here's the number. 561-320-8893. Another thing it helps with, it restores cognitive abilities. If your mind is slipping, your memory is slipping, that'll be restored as well. 561-320-8893. 561-320-8893. Dr. Mitch Matez at the BioStation. Call him. Talk to him about hormone replacement pellet therapy. It will change your life. All right, Steve Kane will be joining us after the top of the hour break, but things are really turning. Turning on Biden. Biden's losing it. He is losing it. I don't mean, his cognitive ability and everything that I was just talking about. That's already gone, okay? He is losing his base, most strong support, and most active advocates, and that is the liberal mainstream media. He is losing the mainstream liberal media, in particular, CNN. And, CNN and the mainstream corporate media, they're in the business of protecting Democrats, not exposing them. This is an exchange with Dana Bash. Dana Bash, who's part of the deep state, her husband, she used to be married to John King on CNN. That's her most recent ex-husband, I believe. But the other ex-husband, where she gets the Bash name from, he was a deputy director of the CIA. That's Dana Bash. So, she's a deep state political establishment person, Dana Bash. And Biden has lost the support of Dana Bash. This is I don't think people realize this. A lot of people will say, so what? CNN, who cares what CNN? When you're a Democrat president and you've lost CNN, it's over for you. It's over for you. So let me play this. This is Dana Bash. She has a panel, and what they're talking about is Biden blaming inflation and the high gas prices on Putin. Okay? This is what the discussion is about. We join it in progress.
I want to talk, you said that American resolve is really maybe even surprising about to do something. The question is the effect on the U.S. economy, and specifically gas prices. They topped $4 on average this week for the first time since 2008. Listen to what President Biden said about that.
I'm going to do everything I can to minimize Putin's price hike here at home. We understand Putin's war against the people of Ukraine is causing prices to rise. People are already feeling Putin's price hikes at the pump. Make no mistake, inflation is largely the fault of Putin.
For the president to try to pretend like prices weren't already rising, I don't think people are candidly that dumb. We remember the inflation was going on long before this happened. It's absolutely true this is making it worse, but to sort of whitewash what happened all of last year, I don't think it's going to work for them.
Okay. So I know a lot of people will say, oh, Dana Bash and CNN, they're being red-pilled, right? They're becoming MAGA. They're becoming Republicans. No, they're not. Okay. This is CNN. They're not Republicans. They never will be, and they hate Trump like the plague. Back when people on the left used to hate plagues. If you don't get that joke, you're probably a Democrat. What they are, though, they've turned on Biden. They've turned on Biden because what's going on with Dana Bash at CNN, it has nothing to do with anything other than they're trying to save the Democrat Party and the political establishment. And they have determined that Joe Biden cannot be saved. They are looking for an out. And after the red tsunami comes in the midterms, and Republicans have a major victory with this Democrat. Look, we've 31 Democrats in Congress are not running for re-election because they know they're going to get creamed, and they can set up their crooked deals better if they're still a sitting member of Congress. There's still votes that they're needed for, right? All these Democrats. Is 31 the most recent count? These 31 Democrats, their votes are still needed to pass all this crap. So they can set up themselves and their family with their crooked deals so that they have income coming in forever because their votes are still needed. So that's why they're announcing they're not running. They're going to lose, right? But if they run and lose, it's too late. They can't set up crooked deals to set themselves up for the rest of their lives. That's what they're doing now. If they thought they had a chance of winning, they'd run. But they're not running. People don't walk away from Congress. So what CNN is doing here with Dana Bash, they're looking for a way out of Biden. And after the Democrats are creamed in the midterms, they're going to be looking for someone else. Who that is, I don't know. I think the most likely, and no one's going to agree with me on this, but that's okay. As of today, this could change. As of today, the most likely person to be the Democrat nominee in 2024 to run against President Trump. You know who it is? Who do you think? It's not Hillary Clinton. I'm talking about getting the nomination. Hillary Clinton's on the list. She's on the list of possibilities. But I think the most likely is Governor Cuomo. I really do, Governor Cuomo. Remember, they dropped all the charges against him and everything else. I think it's Cuomo. I do believe that. All right, it's 8 o'clock in the morning. If you're on hold, stand by. We'll come back with more of your calls after the break. Our number, toll-free, 1-888-GO-KANE 1-888-465-2631. 888-465-2631. My name's Brian Craig. This is The Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show, on the radio since 1977. It's 8 o'clock. We'll be back with Steve Kane and your calls after this.
We've got you covered. AM 1470, FM 95.3, 96.9. South Florida's FM Money Talk Radio Network. WWNN, Pompano Beach.
Brian Craig here. We heard from another loyal listener of the Steve Kane Show.
Steve Kane Show. Hey, Gary. Oh, speak of the devil. Gary's on hold, and here's his commercial. Oh.
It just completely enlightens you in the morning and everything, and it's just an outright great product. We have the foam mattress that we have on here. We just love it.
That's amazing. Well, thank you so much. And you know, with the promo code KANE at checkout, KANE, on the MyPillow foam mattress, 30% off, and you get 2 free MyPillows with that, as well as a free set of 100% cotton Giza Dream Sheets, and free shipping with the promo code KANE, KANE. Well, that's a great story, Gary. I appreciate that, and thanks so much. And he's a good MAGA guy there, Wisconsin Gary, with his MyPillow mattress, 30% off with the promo code KANE. You get 2 free MyPillows, a free set of the 100% Giza Cotton Dream Sheets with the promo code KANE, and free shipping. That's amazing, right? You can also order by phone, 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879.
Do you suffer from neuropathy? Maybe you do and you don't even know it. Do you have numbness, pain, burning, or tingling in your hands and feet? Muscle weakness, loss of balance, muscle twitching? Are you not sleeping? Does it feel like pins and needles in your hands and feet? Maybe you have no feeling at all. The symptoms can make life unbearable, but there is help at the Lighthouse Medical Center. Call 754-222-6642 for a no-charge consultation and say goodbye to your neuropathy symptoms. 754-222-6642. Online, lighthousemedicalcenter.com. Do you think you've come in contact with someone who has coronavirus? Steve Kane's wife Lori did, and she went to any lab test now of Coral Springs to find out if she has coronavirus.
So I came into contact with somebody who tested positive for COVID, and I was scared, and I needed results right away, so I went to any lab test now in Coral Springs. It was great. I didn't want to have to stay in line for 2 hours and have a swab stuck down my nose into my brain. It was very pleasant. I made an appointment. They got me in within the hour. I was out of there within 20 minutes. Thank goodness the test was negative, and I can go back to work tomorrow. They also tested me for the antibodies, and I haven't been exposed. So do what I did. Go over to any lab test now at Coral Springs. They give great rates for Steve Kane listeners, and tell them we sent you.
It's worth 15 minutes of your time to have peace of mind and know that you and your family are safe. Any lab test now of Coral Springs is located at 955 North University Drive on the southeast corner of University and Ramblewood near the Coral Square Mall. You can call them at 954-906-5983. 954-906-5983. Any lab test now of Boca is in the Sandalfoot Plaza where the Western Beef is, south of Palmetto Park Road and north of Hillsboro. Call them at 561-237-5009. 561-237-5009. Make sure you tell them you heard about them on the radio.
The Steve Kane Show is brought to you by Attorney Barry Siegel at the Siegel Law. Are you concerned with the distribution of your assets at the time of your passing? Avoid
Welcome, everyone. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe. And everyone, please like the video. Liking the video, guys, helps me so much. Liking and clicking the notification bell. And what that does, it tells the YouTube algorithm when you like a video, you've got the
notification bell clicked, it tells that YouTube automatic computer algorithm to recommend this video and all my content to other people that haven't discovered the program yet who might enjoy it. So when I ask you to do those things, it helps spread the word a lot. All right, hour number 3 has begun. 5 minutes after the hour, the sun is finally up with this ridiculous changing of the clocks. Oh my goodness, I am so thrown off by this. I hate it. I hate it. All right, our number toll-free, 1-888-GO-CANE-1. Taking a lot of calls today that have been very spectacular. We've had great calls on the program today, including Comrade Lenny, the Russian in Delray Beach. We have had spectacular calls on this program today. Good morning, you're on the air, Wisconsin Gary. I just heard your commercial at the top of the hour break there, Wisconsin Gary.
Well, good morning, Brian. Steve will be coming on probably a little shortly.
Yes.
Can you do me a favor, Brian, and replay that last clip that you just did to prove into my point?
Which one?
The one of Biden and his Putin inflation with everything.
Oh yeah, sure. I usually don't do sound bites by request, but I'll do it for you. You're talking about the CNN clip?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That American resolve is really maybe even surprising about to do something. The question is the effect on the U.S. economy and specifically gas prices. They topped $4 on average this week for the first time since 2008. Listen to what President Biden said about that.
I'm going to do everything I can to minimize Putin's price hike here at home. We understand Putin's war against the people of Ukraine is causing prices to rise. People are already feeling Putin's price hikes at the pump. Make no mistake, inflation is largely the fault of Putin.
For the president to try to pretend like prices weren't already rising, I don't think people are candidly that dumb. We remember the inflation was going on long before this happened. It's absolutely true this is making it worse, but to sort of whitewash what happened all of last year, I don't think is going to work for them.
Okay, is that the one you wanted to play, Wisconsin Gary?
That's the one.
All right, so what about it?
So now, if you think about it, Biden's been in office for about a year,
Yep.
2 months, about maybe 3 months, and everything that he's done already before Russia-Ukraine happened, everything was starting to inflate already by then. He signed over 70-some executive orders. He killed the Keystone Pipeline, which made us basically independent from any other country for fuels and natural gas, fracking, and everything else. It's funny how he can blame somebody else, but he can't blame his own administration for his points, his views, that he's thinking, oh, well, it's Russia's fault. No. I keep telling people that, that voted for Biden and saying, now, wait a minute. How long has your president been in office?
Yeah.
Say, well, over a year. And it's like, why don't you take a step up and say, this is on your president, all on your president, because of the fact that he killed all these things, and I tell him, if you don't know and you don't redo your research, why don't you go to whitehouse.gov? Every executive order he has signed is on there. You can read it, and all of a sudden you want to say that my ex-president or my still true to be president?
Yeah.
Like a Gloria.
Oh, yeah. He was given a perfect country. He was handed a perfect country by President Trump. The only thing that I haven't heard Biden blame Putin for yet is Hunter's addiction to hookers and crack. But that's coming. That's Putin's fault too, yeah.
Yeah, everything's always Putin's fault. Why don't they start blaming their own party? Because the Democrats right now are digging a grave right now for themselves. Hopefully 22, 24, 26, 28, it knocks a good majority of these Democrats out of office, and that's why it's important.
Yep.
Vote.
Now, let me ask you, diesel prices are going through the roof. You're a truck driver. How's this affecting you and your business? Diesel has just gone through the roof.
Right now, I am looking roughly anywhere between $5 to $5.25 a gallon.
What? Yeah.
This is starting to slowly affect me. If I do a load for the company that I'm leased onto, so like a broker load, I do not get that fuel surcharge. This comes out of my pocket.
What does it cost you to fill up your truck right now? About
now, the last time I filled up was up to $900 for 100 gallons.
And wow.
300 gallons, it would be over 1,000 easily.
So,
that are coming out. That some of these guys fill up their tank. They're looking over $1,000 to fill up their.
So when Trump was president, just over a year ago, how much did it cost to fill up your truck? It's about almost $1,000 today.
About sometimes a little under 500.
So it's more than doubled.
Yes, by far it has doubled, and it's going to affect everybody in your listening audience at the store. So it always gets passed on to the consumer.
Yeah.
Anybody that's in business will tell you it's got to come back to the customer, because otherwise it will just drive more companies to go broke and then foreclose or shut down, and they're non-existent then.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what the profit margins are, but is there a scenario where are trucking companies already raising their shipping prices because of the fuel cost? Are they eating this up in their profits, or did they already have to raise to maintain a profit? Are we beyond, like, what shipping costs are with the price increases? If they don't go up, are there profits now, or are you in the negative if you don't have a dramatic raise in shipping costs? What's the situation?
Sooner or later, the company that, if we haul for somebody, they actually contact them and say, hey, the shipping rates are going to have to go up. Companies don't want to hear that. They want to try shipping as cheap as possible. And if those prices don't go up and nobody wants to haul for them, then they have no choice but to go with that company and raise the rates through the company, because truck, you have no product whatsoever in your stores.
Yeah.
Trucking companies all around the United States, sooner or later, the shipping rates will have to go up no matter what.
Yeah, and shipping costs are already, I don't think people realize how much it costs to ship already. They're going up. All right, Wisconsin Gary, appreciate the call. Yeah, you know, the gas prices are so bad. I saw a woman, a Democrat, a liberal woman who's Muslim in California. And I mean, so it doesn't get any more Democrat than this, right? California Muslim woman. And she was interviewed on the local news. They were doing the pain at the pump piece on the local news. It was in San Diego, I believe. And they interviewed this woman, and she broke down in tears over gas prices. Now, California has the highest gas prices in America because they have even more ridiculous charges than most other states. But she has multiple children, and they go to different schools because they're in different grade levels: elementary, high school, and middle school, junior high. And she broke down in tears because going to the multiple schools, and she can't afford the gas, and there's sacrifices that are being made. And the sacrifices that are being made are, well, you know, food and food quality. And, you know, the thing about the gas prices that burn me up more than anything, because, you know, things happen in the world that drive up prices. I get it. But, and it's a big problem. But this woman broke down in tears because she cannot afford to fill up her car. Can you imagine? She cannot afford to fill up her car. Yeah. And that's why she broke down in tears. Liberal, Democrat, Muslim woman in liberal California. And what is most upsetting to me about it is that the Biden regime have zero sympathy, zero empathy for this at all. In fact, if anyone brings up the gas prices, they get very condescending, very snarky. Like, how dare you? Everyone's got to have skin in the game. What skin do they have in the game? Jen Psaki, Biden, Kamala, and all the rest. What skin do they have in the game? They have zero skin in the game. You know why? Because we buy their gas. That's right, the taxpayers. They don't even buy it. They just have... there has never been an administration that has so little empathy for the American people and their suffering. Good morning, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Coral Springs.
Hey, Jeff in Coral Springs, home of Wings Plus on Sample Road.
Yep, it's a great place.
It is.
What's really interesting about this whole situation is sanctions on a country like Russia. Russia's similar to America in one aspect. They don't really need to ever import anything. They have resources, everything from gold to oil to,
That's not the case. That is not the case. You might think that. Russia's a third world country. I've been talking about this a lot. I watch a lot of. Well, you don't go through the whole country. There's certain areas that aren't, but there's a. All right.
Around the middle of the stakes. That country could support itself. They don't have the infrastructure.
No, they cannot. They cannot. And I'll tell you what I mean by that. In the old days, they could. Today, they can't because the expectation of the average Russian and their lifestyle and the products and services that they expect to have readily available to them is much different than it was years ago. And they cannot survive on their own in the current state. No.
Through a currency crisis in 1999 that was far more devastating than what they have right now. And those people over there are tough and they suck it up, and 5-10 years from now, they'll be fine.
What year was that?
1999.
Yeah, 1999. They still were not where they are now. I watch a lot of Russians on YouTube throughout the country, and what they've been doing is they've been going to gas stations, restaurants, and retail stores and showing what inventory is in stock and not, and how the prices have changed. And they are filled with goods that are U.S. imported goods and things, and the prices are going through the roof. They're going through the roof over there on gasoline as well, and their average income is very low compared to America. So no, you're kidding yourself. But listen, I got to run for a break. But thanks for the call from Coral Springs. We'll take our break. Steve will be joining us after this break. 17 minutes after the hour. With this ridiculous clock change that I hate, we will be back right after this.
Attention seniors and those who care about them. How would you like to have instant access to a Medicare advocate at the touch of a button? You can for less than $1 a day with I Will Advocates. I Will Advocates will assist you with doctor appointment scheduling, pharmacy issues, billing problems, plan benefits, Medicare applications. They'll even help when you're in the hospital. I Will Advocate clients are family, and they go to bat for their family when you need them the most. Let them be your golden guardians. Contact I Will Advocates right now online at iwilladvocates.com or call them directly. 954-345-1214. No matter where you're located throughout the state of Florida or nationwide. 954-345-1214. 954-345-1214.
Be right back, guys.
You've heard Steve Kane talk about the great work and the incredible prices at Dr. Gupta's Brighton Dental. Richie the bus driver called Steve Kane on the air and told him about his experience at Brighton Dental.
Good morning. I have to talk about Brighton Dental because your sponsor is a miracle worker. I broke my tooth. I fractured it and went backwards in my mouth. Oh my front top tooth. I put it back into the socket. It felt like it was falling out. I had pain. I couldn't even eat spaghetti. And I was going to a wedding in New York 2 days later, and I said, what am I going to do, The dentist here wanted to charge me $120 just to look at it and to tell me he couldn't do anything. I went to Dr. Gupta at Brighton Dental. I traveled 139 miles. I would do it again in a heartbeat, each way. Okay? The man sat and worked on my tooth for 2 hours, put a pin in it, put it back in place. I could eat anything I want. He said it was temporary. He did such a great job. It feels like permanent. I have no pain. I can eat anything I want now. And the fact of the matter, this is what really was unbelievable. I was getting on the bus to go to the reception, okay? In New York City. He knew I was in New York. The phone rings. Who do you think's on the line?
Dr. Gupta.
Right. He wants to see if everything is going okay, and if I'm in any pain. The guy is unbelievably wonderful. I mean, thank you so much. I wouldn't have been able to eat. I wouldn't have been able to go. I would have looked like a pumpkin.
Everybody needs a great dentist, and of course, for you Steve Kane listeners, you have one, Dr. Gupta, and he's over there at Brighton Dental. He takes really good care of you. He's very conscientious. He's, dentistry is an art when you stop and you think about it. And Dr. Gupta certainly is an artist, and we're so pleased to have him with us.
Yeah, I just wanted them to know if you need a dentist, and the guy is so good at what he does, he's so gentle, and I mean, I don't like dentists. This guy is this top shelf, and I'm going down to him to get it permanently put in, but right now, I don't have any pain. I can eat anything I want.
Steve Kane Show.
Take Richie the bus driver's advice and go see Dr. Gupta at Brighton Dental. Call 954-922-4633. 954-922-4633.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for it.
All right, callers on hold, stand by. It's 20 minutes after the hour. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. On the radio since 1977, I'm Brian, and Steve is joining us. Hey, Steve.
Good morning, how...
I'm fine now that the sun has finally come up at 8:20 in the morning with this time change. Oh, my goodness.
You talk about the time change.
Sucks.
I have to assume that's most of my confusion and light this morning, because I don't know, I spent all weekend.
Yeah.
It was not a great experience. I gotta say. Can I ask you a question? I've been listening to all this with fascinated interest. We have said that if we go over the line, and if they go over the line and attack the
Poland.
Yeah, Poland. That we're going to take action, and it's going to be a world war. That's what they have said, right?
Yes.
If in fact it happens that because they were 100 yards or something away from Poland yesterday when they had that shooting accident. I don't know whether it was an accident, but do you think they mean that? Do you think they...
I don't think Biden would go to war even if Poland was attacked. No, I don't think so. I think they would write it off like they did. We were attacked by Iran and Iraq over the weekend. They said it was an accident. So I think if Putin attacked Poland, the Biden regime would declare it an accident. Yeah. What do you think?
No,
They did it in Iraq. They launched rockets at our embassy, and they.
If there's a major event that is undeniable, which it has to happen. I mean, it has to happen. There's just too many bombs flying in too many places to assume that there's not going to be an undeniable happen.
Yeah.
Where, I don't know. I think they'll go in. I think they're going to have to go in. So you don't think that the world's in danger?
No, we're in danger.
If I define danger as it breaking out into an uncontrolled third world war, that's what I call danger.
No, I don't think that's going to happen. No, and I'll tell you why. I want to play. If you're on hold, stand by. I played this in the first and second hour, but this is very important. I want to play it again. This is Maria Bartiromo from Fox News over the weekend, and she was on yesterday. And people have to understand, Bartiromo is one of the most connected people at Fox News Channel. She is close personal friends with high-ranking members of the government, and yeah, well, people tuning in may not, Steve. I wanted to play for people just tuning in. And, so when she, and that's one reason I listen to her every weekend to see what she has to say, because she's very tuned in with very credible sources. And so when she's on shows talking, she's just not making things up. You know what I mean? She's got informed stuff. And she broke two news stories on Fox over the weekend. Maria Bartiromo, here she is.
People are expecting that the end of Ukraine is near, that this situation is pretty much pointing to in terms of the MiG jets to Ukraine from Poland, that's one head scratcher for sure. What's the difference between these fighter jets and the Javelins that the U.S. has sent to support Ukraine? People do not have answers for that. It seems that there is a predetermined outcome here in place, and that.
Okay, so that's the first part. Her sources are telling her Ukraine is on the verge of collapse, and which is not something that's being publicly discussed. These are things that her sources are getting through national security briefings. And then she goes on to talk about Biden and how the Biden administration view Russia and the United States.
A slow death for Ukraine and President Zelensky as the Russian forces continue to inch closer with all of these other fatalities that we're talking about. And some people have told me over the weekend that they feel that at the end of the day, this administration does not see Putin as the enemy. They see him as a partner. Many issues. They see him as a partner on climate change. They see him as a partner on the Iran deal. When is this administration going to get serious in telling Vladimir Putin, we are done with partnerships? That means no Iran deal, walk away, no more renegotiating on...
Okay, so she's saying, and she's right, that Biden is partnered up with Russia on multiple issues. And it's not really being discussed that Russia is overseeing still today the Iran nuclear deal talks. They are working on them on their green crap. So this is I don't think we're going to break out in World War III because Biden views Putin as a partner, according to Bartolomeo, Steve.
Well, I don't know. You put more faith in Bartolomeo than I do.
Oh, I think she's very well connected. Oh, yeah.
Well connected, but I mean, I can't. She's not so, in my mind, she's not so well connected that I can disregard everything I'm seeing that's playing out on the screen. Every scenario, and we've had this minor tiff before. In watching the news, saturation-wise, and maybe that's the problem. Maybe I'm watching too much news.
Yeah.
I keep, day after day, I keep hearing you viewing Zelensky as a villain.
Yes.
And it's clear to me that he is the good guy in all.
Oh, no.
I mean, I find, maybe brainwashed by the media.
Yes.
I just don't see him as a bad guy.
Yeah.
And every day you get up here and talk about the fact that he's a bad guy, and he's risking his life for his people, and he is... I never hear a bad word about Zelensky unless I'm listening to...
Me? I don't know. You want? Well, we've got some callers calling in. It's Monday. You want to take some calls? All right, we're going to... All right, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, good morning, Steve. Good morning, Brian. It's Juan.
Oh, hey, Juan.
Hey, Juan.
Yeah, you know,
Steve Kane Show.
I apologize. I was late,
Hey.
But I had to work last night, to the show. But the one thing that I saw on Fox News while I was listening to you all, I don't know if you commented about this, but Putin is asking for help, military aid on Fox and Friends. I heard this morning from China, military and economic aid.
Correct.
Which is very telling that it's not going as planned for Putin. And, I hope that the other thing that I heard last week, which is I wanted, you guys to confirm, he's even asking for help from the Syrians. So I don't know if this is all true. I don't know what's propaganda. I don't know what, I don't trust Fox 100%. I do trust Newsmax. Newsmax hasn't been mentioning anything about the Syrians. And I wanted to and what we need to do also right now is to start, and it's not going to happen, is to start helping the Taiwanese. And, send...
All right, hold on. I want to focus in on what we're talking about here. You're getting your news from... I'm watching more and more of Newsmax.
Newsmax. Max with an X.
I was laughing. I misspoke. In listening to Newsmax, do you believe that Zelensky is Good guy or a bad guy?
They're all corrupt, including our own administration. They're all
That wasn't the question. As a whole, as you listen to the whole thing play out, do you get the underwriting feeling that Zelensky represents the guys in the white hat? Let's just put it simply as I can.
Well, Zelensky is corrupt. There's no doubt about that. To answer your question. And
that wasn't the question. They're all corrupt. That says nothing. They're all corrupt. We agree with that. What I'm saying is, in the present conflict that's going on, do you find yourself rooting for one side or the other?
yes, I do. And
Who do you find yourself? Hold on. Who do you find between Putin and Zelensky? Who do you find yourself rooting for?
I find myself for the Ukrainians. I want them to win.
Oh, it's Zelensky. I agree with you. Brian doesn't. He sees Zelensky as the bad guy.
No, they're all bad. They're both bad. He is. No, I didn't say the bad guy. I mean, you're a little black and white there, Steve. No, he is a corrupt public official too.
In all due respect to the Lone Ranger, there are good guys and bad guys involved in these things.
This is like, okay, all right. To put it in your now, this is like, okay, Biden, Putin, Zelensky, they're all bad dudes. And basically what you have, it's like an assault on Precinct 13, all right? Zelensky is in the jail at the police station. They're attacked by some other bad dudes, and he's going to help you get through this. But when it's over, you're going to put him back in jail. He's a very corrupt man, Zelensky. It's Ukraine. They all are corrupt. Putin's the worst out of the two, of course. He attacked them. But he...
Also, you know, we got to keep in mind here is that Zelensky, as corrupt as he is, he did not invade anybody. He was invaded.
Correct. That's why I said they're both bad, but Putin's worse. All right.
To hone in on that issue and get the opinion of several people in our audience. I'm curious. Now, I'm curious if I'm the only one who's been taken in by Zelensky that feels he's a good guy. I think the world perceives Zelensky as a good guy.
Is it true, though? The other part of my question is or is it propaganda that this? I mean, I know that this guy's asking for help from the Chinese military and economic help from the Chinese. But is it true that he's also getting the Syrians involved to help him as well?
Yeah, Syrian. Putin has asked for help from China is the most recent one. But I just looked at the clock. We got to run one, but thanks for the call. If you're on hold, stand by. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with your calls after this. Don't go anywhere.
Here from the Biostation West Delray. Many of you are familiar with the famous erection injection, an extremely effective treatment for erectile dysfunction made popular right here on the Steve Kane Show. I'm here to tell you that the erection injection is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the extensive array of treatment options now available at the Biostation West Delray. Our custom compounded products yield combinations and dosages that increase the efficacy of Viagra and Cialis greatly. We also offer treatments that can correct the problem at its source, such as PRP and sound wave pulse therapies that restore your natural function. State-of-the-art testing and the most current treatment options all available in one place, the Biostation West Delray. If you want to correct your erectile problems once and for all, call us at 561-320-8893. That's 561-320-8893.
Did you know that 2 out of 5 Americans suffer from some kind of allergy? So it's likely that fatigue, runny nose, headaches, intestinal problems, and a general lousy feeling can be connected to an allergy. Any lab tests now of Boca Raton offer allergy tests that can detect over 125 airborne, food, and environmental allergens. Allergy testing is quick, easy, and painless. Results can be shared with your physician or an allergist. No doctor's order or prescription is necessary. No appointment either. Just walk right in. Any lab test now of Boca Raton is located located at 23016 Sandalfoot Plaza on the east side of 441, just a few doors down from Western Beef. If you have any questions, call 561-237-5009. 561-237-5009. Any lab tests now of Boca Raton. Make sure you tell them you heard about them on The Steve Kane Show.
Hello, this is Mike at Friendly Tire. I've been in business 30 years at the same location and offering great deals on new and used tires. I have many suppliers. Whatever car or truck you have, I can get you incredible deals on any tire. I also do tire repairs at very low prices. Give me a call. My number is 954-977-9445. I will give you a price over the phone on new and used tires. Again, my number is 954-977-9445. Thank you.
The Steve Kane Show is brought to you by Attorney Barry Siegel at the Siegel Law Group. Are you concerned with the distribution of your assets at the time of your passing? Avoid probate. Call the Siegel Law Group with 9 offices throughout South Florida, from Palm Beach Gardens to Coral.
By the way, if you're new here, make sure you subscribe. Everyone else, please like the video and click that notification bell if you don't mind.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for W.
All right, we are back. I'm Brian. Steve Kane is here. This is the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show on the radio since 1977, 35 minutes after the hour. Let's take a call or two. Good morning, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, good morning.
Oh, hey, Richie the bus driver.
Hey, Richie, what's up? Well, Steve, I'm glad I got you on the phone because your partner only thinks that 2 people in the world aren't corrupt, and that's Ron DeSantis and President Trump. Everyone else, with no evidence whatsoever, it's like calling everyone a racist with no evidence. Let me explain something to you, Brian. And this is
Steve Kane Show.
I told you before, this guy could have left the country with a pocket full of money. Absolutely. Not had any fear. The United States is rolling.
Friendly Tire.
The fact of the matter is,
yeah, you need the number?
They called Trump everything in the book when he went into
Okay.
Washington.
All right. Great.
This guy is not corrupt because you're saying he's corrupt.
Okay.
You were knocking him before, by the way, saying all he was a...
Well, I am hearing reports that Zelensky. Well, okay. Other than what I've heard, what have I heard? Okay. No. Other than what I've heard nothing, Richie. If that's your standard, that is not true. I keep hearing that he has a mansion in Miami. I keep. Well, if you're the Ukrainian president, you have a mansion in Miami Beach. That's where'd the money come from?
Very successful comedian.
In Ukraine. They don't make the kind of money successful comedians make in America.
Get out of the way real quick, because I'm going to defend him. But for you just to blankly say he's corrupt is the most ridiculous thing, and it breaks your credibility.
Oh.
You ever hear of petrodollar? Petrodollar? That's money.
Yeah, we know what petrol is.
The world's oil and gas is paid by dollars. Putin is getting rich with our dollars, no matter what. No matter whether we cut them.
Yeah.
Germany is paying by our dollars.
Mm-hmm.
We're paying by our dollars. We are getting trampled here. And Biden doesn't want to beat. Here's where Brian is right. President Biden does not want to beat Putin. He's slow walking this because he doesn't want Ukraine to win because he's partners with Putin. It's obvious.
Oh, so I'm right now. Am I right or do I have zero credibility? Which is it, Richie?
No, you knock your credibility when you knock.
Oh, when I don't agree with Richie. I get it. Okay. I get it.
No, I'm serious. Everything else I see you head on. Because the fact is, the United States, with this new green crap, they're just shoving all this down our throat.
Biden is using Ukraine aid relief packages to pass his entire domestic agenda that was stopped by Sinema and Manchin. And come on. That doesn't get more corrupt than that.
First of all, Biden would like to silence Ukraine because Biden's got more skeletons in Ukraine than Jim.
Yeah, and Biden's people may very well have made a deal with Putin to hold off taking Ukraine until all these deals are done.
Let me tell you something, Steve. Obviously, the Putin will kill anyone that walks in his way, and obviously Biden doesn't care about the American people. It's all lies. Everything. It all comes down to the almighty dollar. It's all about money, man. It's all about.
Correct. Except for Zelensky. You think it's all about money for everyone but Zelensky.
My God, Brian, how about, the only reason you don't call Trump corrupt is because he made money in the business world.
Yes.
It's a nasty thing, politics, no matter what country you're in.
Oh, so you agree Zelensky is corrupt, but everybody else is except for Trump, so... Oh.
Fighting it. He's fighting it, and you're sitting there talking
Okay.
corrupt. Because he's got a mansion? Give me a freaking...
Well, if a guy is a third-rate comedian, and I've seen his comedy, I would compare, and I honestly will tell you because it's all on YouTube. His comedy act, Zelensky, is the equivalent to Carrot Top. Okay? No. I'm just telling you, he was a low level celebrity, okay, in a very small country. If he does have a mansion in Miami, which I've not confirmed, but I keep hearing this, if he does have a mansion in Miami, it was not paid for with his comedy money. I promise you.
You haven't confirmed it, but you condemned him. And let me ask you another question. Why didn't he fly out if he's so corrupt that he could have, like all the other...
Well, he very well may need the checks to clear.
Corrupt. Baloney.
Okay.
He's a man that wants his country.
Okay.
I understand. Rumors he's corrupt. Give me a break.
Well, listen, he is not even engaged in meaningful negotiations with Putin's a villain here. Villain's a criminal. Putin is a criminal. No, Putin gave Zelensky 3 conditions. Putin gave Zelensky. Yeah. Steve, Richie. No. Putin's got the most responsibility. He invaded. Okay, he was not provoked. He invaded. But Putin gave Zelensky 3 conditions. One, recognize Crimea as Russian territory. That's number 1. Because hospitals in his country with women and children are being bombed, and maybe he'd like to stop civilian deaths. That was 1.
Because the terrorist is attacking you. That's you. You're the biggest pacifist.
Okay. All right.
The other thing, just to Richie, I appreciate your support. I agree with you 100%. And it's just disheartening for me to see this thing so distorted.
Yeah.
My mind that Zelensky is a patriot and cares about people, cares about his families, risking his life. Why doesn't he just take all his money and retire to Miami?
Because more's coming. More's coming, Steve.
Unbelievable. Hey, listen. The bottom line is this, and you can say it all you want that he's corrupt, but the man is a patriot to his country, and the fact is he didn't take Putin's his truth thing because.
Let me play a clip. This was let me find this. Okay, let me play a clip here. This is by the way, Richie, hey, thanks for the call. This is J.D. Vance. He's a Republican running for Senate in Ohio, and he made a very interesting point about all this money that is going to Ukraine over the weekend. Listen.
You know what's so sick about this, Laura?
By the way, I forgot to mention, this is on Laura Ingram's program Friday night. This was Laura Ingram Friday night, her guest J.D. Vance.
You know what's so sick about this, Laura? Republicans refused to give Donald Trump $4 billion for a border wall for 4 years. They gave Joe Biden $14 billion for Ukrainian aid in a week. What does that say about the priorities, even of congressional Republicans, when they refuse to fund their own border wall, but they're fine with sending tons of money to a country 6,000 miles away?
Well, the military-industrial complex, wasn't that what Eisenhower called it?
Yes, he
They
did.
they don't make as much money on the border.
Yeah, so even Laura Ingraham is saying that this is a whole corrupt operation going on with Ukraine. And I think you like Laura Ingraham, don't you, Steve? Okay, so she's saying that she's agreeing with me that this Ukraine war is a whole big money grab for everyone. It's a big corrupt thing. Okay. All right, let's take our last break of the day. We'll be back with the first gold report of the week with William Youngerman. We'll be back after this.
Suffer from neuropathy? Maybe you do and you don't even know it. Do you have numbness, pain?
Steve Kane Show. Steve Kane Show. Hold on. Steve Kane Show, hold on.
But there is help at the Lighthouse Medical Center. Call 754-222-6642 for a no-charge consultation.
Hey guys, if you're new, make sure you subscribe. And everyone, please like the video. Liking the video helps a lot. Click that notification bell. And if you've not done it yet, hold on. If you've not done it yet, after the show is over, watch. I made a very good video yesterday of me on my MAGA scooter, driving around the beach all day, checking out gas prices. And I had my scooter out, my 150cc scooter. I drove around all day, all up and down the beach. You'll see the video. And then at the end, and I go around looking at the gas prices at the different gas stations, I fill up the scooter at the end, and you can see how much it cost me to fill up the scooter, which I thought was amazing. I was shocked myself. So go and check that video out. It's the video right before this one. And when I sign off at 9, go check it out. If you don't mind, I'd appreciate that. It's this one. It says, MAGA scooter, search for cheap gas. All right, if you could watch that video.
Of 100% cotton Giza Dream Sheets and free shipping with the promo code KANE, K-A-N-E. Well, that's a great story, Gary. I appreciate that, and thanks so much. And he's a good MAGA guy there, Wisconsin Gary, with his My Pillow mattress, 30% off with the promo code KANE. You get 2 free My Pillows, a free set of the 100% Giza Cotton Dream Sheets with the promo code KANE, and free shipping. That's amazing, right? You can also order by phone, 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879.
Yeah, that beach in the video is the one closest to the radio station, right down the street. All right, we are back. It's the Steve Kane Show. Steve is with us. I'm Brian, and it's time for the first gold and precious metals report of the week from the offices of William Youngerman Incorporated right here in Boca. We have William Youngerman. William Youngerman, how are the metals looking today?
Well, Brian, looking like we're in the lower end of our trading range, giving us that great buying opportunity again today. We saw Friday gold closed down $6.10, closing out today at $1,991.10 per ounce, while silver was up 8 cents at $25.95, and platinum was up $11 at $1,076. Palladium closed out the week down $144 at $27.44. Overnight, gold traded between $1,953 and $1,993 the ounce, and as I said, right now down $26.60 at $1,964.50 the ounce. Silver is down 60 cents at $25.35. Platinum down $41 at $1,035, and palladium down $234 at $25.10. So the market's again giving us the buying opportunity, but still locked in some trading ranges, and we'll take advantage of these levels.
Yeah. Now you've been telling us, you were last week that a silver shortage is coming. What's the situation with that, and what are you recommending that people do as this is going on?
Yeah, well, I mean, right now silver is in a short supply. The big thing is the production of the products is just the manufacturers can't keep up with the demand, and as a result, we're seeing some products not available for as much as 3 months out.
Oh.
Of course, we have good stock of everything in stock for immediate delivery for our clients, but we're finding a lot of people do not have the products.
Well, William Youngerman does. So either stop in or give them a call. All right, if you want to call, they open up at 10 a.m., 1-800
1-800-327-5010. 1-800-327-5010. Online, WilliamYoungerman.com. And if you want to stop in, they're right here in Boca at 150 East Palmetto Park Road in Boca on the first floor of the Bank of America building just east of US 1 Federal Highway on the south side of Palmetto. All right, William Youngerman, we will talk tomorrow. All right. Looks like a great start of the week with the medals, Steve. Oh, boy. I tell you. Did you catch the rally, the Trump rally on Saturday night, Steve? Oh, that was it. It was his shortest speech ever, just about an hour, because of the weather. It was, but it was a great one. It was a jam.
Keep the crowds down.
Yeah, I was watching on Right Side Broadcasting, and one of the reporters that was covering it said the weather was so bad all day that she wishes she was at home watching it instead of there. It was so bad. The weather was tough. But people, every Trump rally is historic, and that no president, certainly not a former president, but no president ever has been able to turn out crowds like that. He's been, the rallies are 7 years old now. He's been doing rallies for 7 years old, full house. He's got a tour record greater than the Beatles, Elvis Presley, and Justin Bieber. No major act in the musical business has been able to be on tour for 7 years and at the drop of a hat have full houses in weather like this that they had. It's really an amazing phenomenon. Oh, man. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing him on Saturday. I'm going to see President Trump on Saturday at the event in Fort Lauderdale, and I just got a message on security procedures. Just got another message on security procedures when I arrive just this morning during the show. So I'm looking forward to that, and I can't wait to see him with my own eyes in person again. It's been a year, but that speech on Saturday night was pretty spectacular. He brought up a couple good points about Biden and his handling of Ukraine. And let me play one clip as the show winds down. But I have one clip here. This is President Trump talking about Russia and Ukraine.
They never did it when I was there. A lot of people ask the question, how come they never did it when Trump was president? And China, he said they knew better. What a nice crowd. Look at that crowd up there. Beautiful.
Boy, does he play with the crowd or what? That's cool.
Beautiful. In fact, I stand as the only president of the 21st century on whose watch Russia did not invade another country, and neither did anyone else. They knew. Under our administration, we had peace through strength.
Wesley, tell us in chat. Thank you. Everyone, please thank Wesley.
Our country was safe and the world was calm because America was strong.
Oh, I'll bring that up, Wesley.
Your leadership, and America was always a place that I put it before everybody else. It was always America first. Very simple. It's very simple.
Yeah, I mean, that was just great. Yeah, he knew better. And, one of our listeners, Steve Wesley, just sent him, this is interesting, about the Trump speech being the shortest one ever. He said the U.S. consulate bombing news was breaking as Trump took the stage, and the Secret Service had him in that speech early. He didn't know about it before he took the stage. It happened. The news was just breaking, and they made him end it sooner. Because I saw Pompeo has a massive security detail because of Iran, because they took out that Iranian general. And so that's that. Oh, Wesley's sharp, spot on. That is exactly why President Trump ended that speech early, I bet you. Yeah. It didn't even occur to me. I just assumed it was, I didn't put the timing together, of the, yeah. All right, well, it's time for our health report. And on Mondays, we speak with Janet's partner, and that's Anita, who is the A in AJ's Natural Wellness Shop. Janet's the J, Anita is the A. AJ's Natural Wellness Shop in the Festival Marketplace. Anita, good morning.
Hi, Brian. It's Anita.
Yes. So, what do you have for us today, Anita?
I just want to remind everybody that at the store we have the top products in all of your favorite from all your favorite healthy companies, including the Janet's Best line, created by our nutritionist, Janet Cimarelli.
It's such an amazing thing, Steve, and I didn't, and Anita, I did not know that Janet she's not a bragger.
I did not know she had her own line until you shared it with me.
It's called Janet's Best. She has a great formula for sugar control.
Wow.
Ingredients and make sure to combine those.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I'll have to ask Janet about that. She doesn't like to talk about herself too much in that regard. I did not know that. That's amazing. And you know, AJ's Natural Wellness Shop in the Festival Marketplace have incredible prices. If you're getting supplements somewhere else, stop in or call AJ's Natural Wellness Shop. They're open 7 days a week, and if you can't make it in, maybe you don't drive and you can't make it to the festival. Maybe you're out of town or out of state. They will ship anywhere, and that number to call is 954-317-1851. 954-317-1851. And when you call, not only can you order the great products over there, you can also schedule a no-charge consultation with licensed nutrition counselor Janet Cimarelli. If you want to stop in, please do. AJ's Natural Wellness Shop in the Festival Marketplace, easy to find. The Festival Marketplace is immediately east of the Turnpike on the south side of Sample Road in Pompano. And when you go into the festival, head back towards the food court. Right before the food court, look west. You'll see the information booth. AJ's is right in front of the information booth. All right, Anita. It's good to talk to you. All right, we'll talk next time. Take care. Take care. All right. Yeah, that store is absolutely amazing, Steve. AJ's Natural Wellness Shop. They've expanded since they joined us, and they just have great products, great prices, and I hear so many good things from our listeners, both in town and out of town, who are doing business with AJ's. Well, yeah. So President Trump, that one thing he said, I don't have the clip of it, Steve, but one thing that President Trump said is he was very critical of Biden involving Russia. He said he keeps saying, well, we're not going to go to war because they're a nuclear power. And he says, well, we're a nuclear power too. Maybe Russia should be afraid of pushing us around. The peace through strength mode. And I think our nukes work as opposed to the Russian ones, which I don't think they do, looking at this pathetic army they have. What a weak army.
There's nothing else to put a finishing touch on our previous discussion. There's nothing new about Joe Biden not taking responsibility for his actions. In fact, if there was ever a moment where he accepted responsibility, it would be a first.
Yeah.
Playing straight to his character part.
Yeah.
Excuses, blaming it on this one, blaming it on that one. People are tired, they don't want to hear it. His own people are finished with him. We just gotta get to the election without a world.
Yeah, if we can, and with Kamala not even knowing that Ukraine is not a part of NATO, that was frightening. I mean, that was... Let me play that clip. It's a quick one. This is Kamala over the weekend.
So, I will say what I know we all say, and I will say over and over again. The United States stands firmly with the Ukrainian people in defense of the NATO alliance.
Wow, they're not part of the alliance. If I were interviewing Kamala on that specifically, the first question I would ask her is, what does NATO stand for? I bet she doesn't even know. Oh my goodness, and she's a heartbeat away. Oh boy. Well, Steve, we're out of time for today. You want to sign us off?
Put all over again tomorrow, starting at 6 a.m. Maybe we'll be a little more oriented on the second day of Daylight Savings Time. We look forward to seeing you. On behalf of my associate producer, Lori Kane, my partner and executive producer, Brian Craig, I'm Steve. See you tomorrow. God bless America.
We've got you covered. AM 1470, FM 95.3, 96.9. South Florida's FM Money Talk Radio Network. WWNN, Pompano Beach.
All right, that's it, guys. Hey, listen, everyone, thanks for watching. Don't forget to watch my scooter gas hunt video from yesterday. I spent all day making that video, so I want to make sure everyone watches it, okay?
But it's beautiful weather in Florida, so it's like, you know, for most of you guys, that's like a Hawaiian vacation, what I did yesterday. But before you go, please like the video, click that notification bell. Kathy and I will have a new podcast today. And if you're new, subscribe. All right, guys, take care. Thanks for watching, everybody.